You're listening to the 2022 Premiership season on AFL Nation. For Beaumont Tiles, hybrid flooring in store now.
Gary Rowan wins it after the siren with a dead eye shot. Bontempelli! Simply the Bont! At the final bell, it's a brand new flag.
Welcome to AFL Nation.
Hello everyone and welcome to the West. It is an overcast. It has been wet for the last couple of hours. It is Collingwood and the Fremantle Dockers. Tim Gossage and Paul Hazelby with you. And both teams are out on the ground doing their warm-ups for Ream. Ask your plumber to install a Ream steady, hot and strong. Welcome to AFL Nation for Sports Power, your local footy experts. And Paul Hazelby, as I welcome you, of course, our expert. You're dressed thanks to Ringers Western. Ringers Western clothing looks great in the city and toughs it out on the land. Both teams are out on the ground, but are now going to go through a joint banner which says, "We honour all stolen generation people." Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon to you, Goss, and all the listeners out there. It's fantastic to see, isn't it, two clubs coming together for a great purpose. And hasn't it been a great Sir Doug Nicholls round? And we continue that with the last game of the round. And it's really wet here at Optus Stadium. It has stopped for a little while, but the ground, as they ran out onto it, there was splashes that were made with the footprints every time it did hit the grass. So it's not going to be easy footy. And that's good for the Dockers, because all week it would have been, what can we do better next time we play in the wet? Well, they got 7 days and they're back here in these conditions. Let's see if they learnt from last week.
Let's go down to the ground. Both teams shake hands and walk to the banner. We honour all stolen generation. Tim Gossage, Paul Hazelby with you, AFL Nation for Sports Power, your local footy experts, and I can tell you the Medi subs have been announced. No late changes to either lineup. Ollie Henry is the Medi sub for Collingwood. Neil Erasmus is the sub for the Fremantle Dockers. Paul Hazelby's here, and we're going to go through the preview, of course, to this big game. Sir Doug Nicholls, the final game of round 10. And just repeating the news through the GWS beat the West Coast Eagles by 52 points, 21-12, 138 to 13-8, 86. The margin 52 points, and that score, 86 points, is 1 point off their highest score for the year, West Coast. And that, incidentally, was the game against Collingwood. Hawks versus Brisbane, and at the moment a 9-point lead to the Brisbane Lions. Of course, those around the grounds throughout the afternoon. We'll keep you posted on that one. Paul, what about the key matchups? Thanks for our wonderful friends at Illuminate Garden Lighting in a league of their own.
Well, I believe Collingwood had a real chance to come here and get the points today in these conditions. From what I saw from Fremantle last week, there's a lot of Victorians in that Collingwood side, and I think they're better groomed for that sort of style when it does get wet. And for that reason, I think my check becomes really important. The Dockers are so good at setting up behind the ball with their four key defenders. I think Logue will get that matchup, because my check is that medium size that can get up the ground, get back, put on a lot of pressure, and Logue was terrific last week for the Fremantle Dockers. So that'll be a beauty. I can't wait for Pendlebury and also Mundy through the midfield. The two old Bulls, they may not have much football left playing against each other, but what careers they've had. And in these conditions, they both should be ready to really stand up. Mundy's been a bit down the last couple of weeks. Pendlebury back into the side after illness. It's going to be a great matchup. And the ruck battle, Darcy up against Cameron, and also Mason Cox, who's into the team. Darcy Cameron's been a good ruckman forward for them for a couple of years now, but against one of the better rucks in the comp, he needs to really give first supply to his midfielders in these conditions.
Thanks, Paul, for Illuminate Garden Lighting. Now, both teams are doing their warm-ups. Thanks to Ream. Ask your plumber to install a Ream steady, hot and strong. Now, let's consult our Kubota cast for Kubota We are shaping and building Australia. The worst of the lot of rain has gone through the metropolitan area. Looking at the radar now, the Bureau of Meteorology, there will be a couple of showers, but for the best part, the heavy stuff has gone. But I suggest that it will be wet underfoot for most of the afternoon. All right, our Kubota Shaping and Building Australia. Our unmissable moments for Drink Wise. Choose to drink wise. You won't miss a moment if you drink wise. Paul Hazelby.
I'm going to put the spotlight on Michael Walters back into the side. He designed the jumper today and it doesn't look terrific from a Fremantle Dockers perspective. Sir Doug Nicholls round, Dockers legend. And he's been building up until he went out with COVID. I thought his form was pretty good. So the small forward brigade of the Dockers, so important. But Michael Walters getting back to his very best. And I reckon he'd be keen to light up this round, particularly in that jumper he designed.
Alrighty, the unmissable moments for Drink Wise. A ground report for Pope, the better way to water, and we can suggest, and as Paul Hazelby mentioned, especially on the interchange and the commentary box side, very wet. It is the one part of the ground where, from our vantage point, we can see puddles, also between wing and a half forward on both sides of the ground. So it will be very sloshy. So I would imagine teams would be hoping to go through the middle.
And look for a lot of players to slip over. We normally see them slip over on this surface when it's a good surface, but today, very wet underfoot. Now, I don't reckon too many AFL players, particularly in Western Australia, have two sets of football boots, one for these conditions and one for normal conditions. So they'll go with their normal boots, their moulded soles, and I reckon for that reason, we'll see a lot of players slip over at important moments.
Pope's Trippies makes drip irrigation a breeze. All right, won't be too long before we have the Welcome to Country and our presentation. So let's get the final word from our expert, Paul Hazelby. Thanks to Shaw Unify, your national uniform and workwear experts.
Well, the Dockers have been outstanding this year with their field position, one of the best in the competition, and their defensive setup behind the ball. But in the conditions last week, they struggled to find that mark inside the forward 50. They had 65 inside 50s, which made a mockery of all the stats because they lost the contested possessions, they lost the clearances by a fair bit, but they still found a way to get the ball inside the 50. But they bombed a lot. The reason they bombed was because their ball movement's been so good this year with 3 or 4 possessions in midfield. Short kicks to the next bloke that normally gets it just outside the forward 50 and then finds a target inside the forward 50. That wasn't available in the conditions last week, and it's going to be similar today, so they need one of those forwards to stand up and give them a better presence. Matt Taberner comes back in. Rory Lobb, of course, was very disappointing last week, needs to lift as well. So there's 2, but I think with Spitzkowski and Walters also back in to give some forward pressure and some forward class, I think that will help them a long way today. But for Collingwood, we know it's been a bit different this year. New coach Craig McRae wanting to go a bit quicker through the midfield to get some better supply in their front half. But they still have some scoring issues. Jordan DeCoey interested to see where he's going to play today, whether it's more midfield or forward. But they need to find some goal kickers. Ginnivan's been good since he's been back into the team. But both teams in these conditions will just want to be clean. They want territory and then rely on their forward 50 turnovers to get some scores.
Paul Hazelby with our preview of Collingwood and Fremantle players, and presenters are lining up in their positions for the Welcome to Country in the pre-game. Just repeating the news, GWS by 52 points over West Coast, 21-12, 138, and West Coast 13-8, 86. And currently at the 18-minute mark of the third quarter, it is the Brisbane Lions 12-9, 81 to Hawthorn 10-5, 65. And around the grounds for Chemist Warehouse, great savings every day. Both coaches are down there with their respective captains. Alex Pearce and Justin Longmuir side by side. Collingwood's Craig McRae and Scott Pendlebury. Not a very big crowd in. Weather, of course, has turned a few away, of course, but not too bad. Slowly building. Overcast, not raining at the moment, and no wind to worry about. The lights are certainly on for this afternoon's fixture. The last game of the Sir Doug Nicholls round. It's been wonderful viewing. Alrighty, let's head downstairs for the pre-game presentation and the Welcome to Country.
Elder and one of Australia's leading Aboriginal performers to deliver today's Welcome to Country.
Ko Kerala, kaya wanjer. Maman dyan ang ngarla na nagjanang ngarla mot boja wajak boja kobarak boja kaya wa. Wern boja. Bernigan Wabernin wam. Maman dyan ang nanak kaya. Tardi din bo boja wan maman dyan ang nanak kaya wa. Budawan nanak wot ko nanak karak nanak boja nanak mort. Maman dyan ang nanak kaya wa. We ask a good spirit to keep everyone safe here. Players, officials, spectators. On the land of the Wajak people and Yunga language group. When this game is completed, May the good spirit take each and every one of you safely home to your families. Kaiawa. Nyambe mera, nyambe, nyambe, nyambe mera, nyambe, nyambe. Bula nyonga, bula, bula, bula nyonga, bula, bula. Manur puja, puja, puja. Manur puja, puja, puja. Nyambe mera, nyambe mera, nyambe, nyambe, nyambe mera, nyambe mera, nyambe, nyambe, nyambe mera, nyambe, nyambe, nyambe mera, nyambe, nyambe. What go kaya? Maman jinangala ye, kopen jinangala ye, ngala kolinge. Maman jinangala ye, kopen jinangala ye, maman jinangala kopen ye, ngala kolinge. Maman jinangala ye, maman jinangala kopen ye. Kaya wanju. May the good spirit keep each and every one of you safe. May you have a successful game and go home safely at the end of the day.
Thank you very much, Dr. Richard Wally, OAM.
So Doug Nichols round. The players now go for their final stages of the warm-up. A couple of players with the long sleeves, of course. And just again, taking an eye on Mason Cox here, taking a look down at the boundary line, what he's doing there, Paul. You've got a better vantage point than me. He's looking in the bag. Is that for the glasses? I'd imagine they would be.
It is, yep. He's bringing them out of the case, getting ready. Of course, the wet conditions, that makes it even more difficult, doesn't it, with the sunglasses that he does wear. But a big game for him. Many thought that maybe the experiment was over last time he played, but he's back in. Strange conditions to bring him back in. It's not going to suit him, but you do need tools on wet weather days, because around the stoppages, winning that first tap to advantage is so important. Not just winning them, but getting them to advantage of your team so they can get it forward either by a hat kick or maybe a quick stoppage. Won't be too many handballs through midfield today. Be just getting it in, and then that's where the forwards from both teams need to go to work. And sometimes in these conditions, your score opportunities come from tackles. When the defender gets the ball in the back half, they're trying to exit. Normally they have more time and space, but in these conditions they may just fumble, slippery ball, and you can execute those tackles and get some holding the ball free kicks or some throws because of their inability to get hand to that ball, and then the umpire pays a decision. So that'll be a big part of the game, but the Dockers so keen to make amends for last week. Was it an aberration, or do they really have some issues in these sort of conditions?
Jack Crisp is continuing his unbeaten streak. This will be game 174 consecutive games. Jim Steins, of course, 244. Kevin Bartlett, 173. Kane Corns, 174. Andrew Collins, Jock McHale, Jared Crouch, Brett Kurt, Jack Titus, Adam Goods, Adam Uze and Jim Steins. But he has certainly been one of the great pickups. And I hate using the word underrated, because I rate him, but
yeah, so do I.
You know what I mean? But people say underrated because he's not Jordan De Goey, and he's not Scott Pendlebury, and he's not Nat Fyfe, and but gee, I tell you what, he brings a lot to the table.
Yeah, I don't like that, because sometimes they're rated because of their media profile, what you see out there, and he doesn't seek a lot of that. But good footy judges, people within the footy industry, certainly wouldn't call him underrated, because he finds the footy every single week, just about averages 25 disposals, and he does the hard stuff too. He runs backward, gets involved, and is a really good pressure player for the Pies. Adams is another one that in these conditions will love it. He needs to lift. He's been a bit down since being back into the side. The two Dacos boys in there, and Pendlebury, wherever he plays today, he handles all conditions.
Toss of the coin and the handover of traditional gifts, of course. It was Michael Walters and Alex Pearce, and Scott Pendlebury was standing alone for Collingwood, and Alex Pearce won the toss, and guess which way he kicked? He kicked to the rottenest island in the ground, and that is a winning move, Paul. You know the figures. I don't want to harp on it. 82%, Paul. Around the grounds, thanks to Chemist Warehouse, 16 points the margin. The game between Brisbane and Hawthorn at the moment. Brisbane 13-9-87 defeated Hawthorn 11-5. Deep winning over Hawthorn 11-5-71. You'd imagine they will win it. And the other game, which is finished, GWS by 52 over the West Coast Eagles. What's a reasonable margin? Who are you actually tipping here, Paul?
I'm slightly in favour of Fremantle, but I think it's down to less than a goal. I think Collingwood can put up a good fight, some good inclusions for them. The small forwards from both sides look locked and loaded, and it'll be so important today. But in the conditions, I'm not sold on Fremantle playing these conditions well every single week. They'll learn, but I think Collingwood can give them a big fright today.
Alrighty, as I mentioned, Fremantle are going to the Rottnest Island end of the ground, which is right off screen as you look into your radio. Jordan De Goey stands in the goal square, and that match up there is Griffin Logue. Alrighty, last game of round 10. Both teams coming off a loss. Collingwood trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. And the ball is in the hands of the umpire, and we're about to get underway. It's going to be tossed in the air. One down by Darcy against Cox. Show of strength between Adams. Slippery ball. Dacos goes to ground, picked up by Switkowski. Short to Tapper. He's tackled strongly by Moore. And the ball is going to be thrown up very early on the forward 50 for Fremantle.
Good start by Switkowski back into the side. They missed him last week.
Game moves quicker when the umpires have to just toss it straight up in the air, and they do it really quickly. So this game is going to move at a frantic pace throughout the day. There's going to be some weary bodies post-game. That's an ordinary throw-up. He's thrown it towards the ruckman, didn't throw it straight up. Taken by Akers. He's tackled strongly by our man Crisp. And eventually taken over the line was Dacos, Josh. And there's a bit to do. Akers is involved, and we'll have a throw in 70 metres around Fremantle's end of the ground. We've gone a minute, we've had no score.
Going to be a lot of stoppages. That's 4 already in this game.
Opening bounce for Tyre Power, save on Fawkins, store wide super sale now on Tim Gossage, Paul Hazelby for Sports Power, your local footy experts. Comes to the back, taken by Switkowski, hacked it out of the air, it slews off the outside of the boot and goes over the line. He makes about 20 metres of a throw in, 35 out Fremantle's end of the ground. Keep an eye on some of those other matchups. Clark has got Lipinski. Cox is on. Looks like he's lined up on Darcy Cameron. Not going to be a great day for the big men, one would imagine. Darcy front spot, swats it down. Switkowski's been busy. He went the fend off then, Switkowski. When he lost possession of the footy, this is happening right forward pocket. We're going to have a ball up. So they're living inside their forward 50 Freo, and we'll have a toss up about 1 metre in from the boundary line.
So Mason Cox is starting ruck for Collingwood. I don't mind that because he hasn't worked as a forward so far this year.
Darcy's quick kick out of that, and there's going to be a free kick, and it's going against... Oh, it's against Sidebottom, and it's going to Lob. According to the umpire, Sidebottom had the hold of the arm of Lob, and Lob's going to line up for goal 30 metres out directly in front.
Waiting for the replay. This will be good for his confidence. Started the season really well. 6 goals in the first 3 weeks. He's died down a little bit. Disappointing last week. He's a confidence player.
13 goals this year. He's hooked it to the left. He's missed. 1 point Fremantle. 2 minutes gone. Sports Power. Get the latest big brand footy boots in store at Sports Power. Fremantle with the first score of the game for those interested. They lead by a point. Out by Moore. Cox up. Doesn't mark it. Attack the footy though, which is confidence. Darcy caught behind. Crisp toe pokes it 3 or 4 metres forward. Cox flicks out a hand pass to Akers, back to Clark, around the corner. Then he gets rid of Adams, dumps him to the ground. He went to put some pressure on him. Eventually the ball goes over the line and out of play. And we'll have a throw in about 55 round. Tabbing up, good to have him back in the lineup. We'll have a throw in.
Howe, he's gone to Lob, and Darcy Moore on Matt Taberner.
Well, Hazelby for sure, uniform experts. Good throw in. Darcy read it best. De Goey started in the goal square, now at half-back, punched down by Ryan, taken by Clark, back feeds a hand pass. You don't want to overuse the footy in the wet conditions. Kicked by Cox, might come off okay. Elliott got down low, then picked up a hand pass and flinged it to the wing. Pendlebury's there, Young is there. The ball stayed in, and eventually Elliott was ushered over the line, and we'll throw in right on the interchange. You wouldn't get more on a wing if you asked to be on a wing. There it is right there. It's 1 point Fremantle, no score. And boundary umpire Nathan Doig will throw it in, dead set, right in the middle of the interchange area. Cox won it down. Adams hacked forward by Brodie. Leaving behind was Quainer. Well done by Walters on the up to Sarong. He'd love this situation. Hacked out of it. Surely not umpire in this weather. You're going to do that all day. You're going to be blowing that a lot. So that was just a kick by Moore. Umpire said he made no effort to keep the ball in. That is going to be called every day of the week. They have to call it now. They've set the standard. Eventually the ball goes over the line and out of play. What did you make of that, Paul Hasleby?
I'm happy with it, Goss. I think it's been consistent with what we've seen this year, wet or not. He just wanted to clear the area. Got the wrong side of it because it was a hat kick on the volley. Straight to the boundary line. But normally in that situation, you've got numbers behind the ball and you don't get hurt too much.
Darcy and Cox going at it again. Walters, famed for a free. That's holding the ball. Brayshaw didn't see someone coming in off the blind side. It was good tackle by Taylor Adams. For Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts, we've gone 5 minutes. It's 1 point Fremantle. No score Collingwood. They haven't got the ball over halfway. Down to the wing. To Goey on the left. Off the hands, he read it well. Elliott trapped the ball in front of him, but the ball spills back. Pick up by Clark to Cox. This kick has to be really good. Frederick is in the middle of the ground. Set him a task. Punched away. Collingwood have numbers at the fall. Ginnivan was there. So too Chris. They're out here. Oh, Chris bounced the ball in, forgot that it's wet, so it didn't come back. For a bloke that's played 173 consecutive games, I think he would have known what was underneath him. In the meantime, they're going forward here. Lipinski's picked it up. He just ushers out the hand pass. Frederick to Brodie by hand, then kicks it wide. Brodie. Maynard goes at it one-handed. It's a 3-on-1, lobs the one, and eventually runs it over the line, and the crowd were happy with that effort. He was outnumbered. And there's the consistency right there. Fremantle fans unhappy, but I reckon that's just the last little return of serve by that umpire. And it's going to be a Collingwood free.
Oh, that one's a bit harsh. He's just trying to pick up the ball.
Into the pocket, off hands over the line. And it goes over. Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. We've gone 6 minutes for Makita. We'll be outdoors with Makita. Throw in Collingwood, forward 50.
That was a dangerous kick, wasn't it, from Brendan Cox across the goals. They're lucky they got away with it. Jim Steins wouldn't have bounced the ball like that. Jack Crisp.
What was he thinking? Anyway, tap down Darcy. Hacked forward by Brodie out of the defensive 50. It's coming to Schultz, who got it off Switkowski, who got it to Ace, the former Pie. Makes only a couple of metres. Ginnivan almost handed it to Noble. Kicks around the corner. Elliott. Oh, nice effort. Use of the body, Cameron. I think Elliott was the one who nudged Darcy out, and that allowed Cameron to take the mark. And Cameron, Darcy, will line up for a goal. He's about 30 metres out. He's on a 45-degree angle. First real chance to a score for Collingwood.
He's such an important player for Collingwood now since crossing from Sydney. He's almost like the Rory Lobb, isn't he? And probably just as good as Rory Lobb for Collingwood. Almost kicks a goal a game. Probably not a number one ruckman, so he needs to play that split in the front half. Has been a good goal kicker, but just used his nous. In these conditions, a terrific mark.
8 games, 8 goals this year. That's a goal. That's the first goal of the game. Big Darcy in front of friends and family in the Claremont Football Club. And a goal to Darcy Cameron. 1 straight 6. Fremantle 1.7 gone. Tyre Power, your match day favourites for tyre safety. Around the ground, 3/4 time, 4-point lead Brisbane, 13-9. Hawthorn 13-5 for Chemist Warehouse. Great savings every day. Here's Paul Hasleby.
16 players getting up to Darcy Cameron and getting around him, of course, from WA. Albany boy, Claremont, as you mentioned there, Goss. Friends and family here. But he's just developed since he left Claremont into a really good player. Just read the ball flight better than Darcy. Didn't use his hands to give away the free kick in a pushing motion. And in the end, uncontested chest mark.
Mates wearing the wet weather gear with a letter on the front. Darcy's Cameron. Cox almost slipped then going for that. Then he tackled Darcy. Aish hacked forward by side bottom. Slippery. McCreery, who's just checked into the game, tapped it back. Logue bent over. Cox tackled, got boot to ball. Fans don't agree. Collier by hand. Akers, Mundy, hand pass forward, makes 15. DeGoey on the Sir Doug Nicholls logo, slipped in beautifully, controlled it, and then raked out about a 30-metre hand pass. Ginnivan low to ground, didn't get pushed. Oh, great smother on the Ryan kick. That's well played, Collingwood. They're up and about. These conditions seem to suit. And we'll have a throw in 45 metres out Collingwood's end of the ground. They lead by 5 points.
Brilliant by Jordan DeGoey in midfield. So wet. He spun around, but normally in that situation you go backwards, handball back to somebody, went forward, found a free player.
Darcy and Cameron. 2 different people. Picked up by Mundy. And that's it. Mark it, Paul. Good pressure from McCreery, and the Chapman kick has gone into the crowd, and we'll have a kick back in by Maynard, who has family, of course, who reside in Western Australia. His auntie will be listening to the coverage on AFL Nation. There's the kick by Maynard, top of the square, dangerous spot. Logue, he went around it the long way. He was tackled by Dacos. Brayshaw tackled by Adams, and it's a dumping tackle. Don't know about that. And eventually, it's going to come back to Clark, who got the free on that dump. So he's going to take the ball about 20 out from his defensive goal line. He'll kick it low and flat and down the line. Cox attacks the ball. Mundy, ricochet ball back to Taberner, like a rugby kick, up and under, makes 20 metres. Walters almost took the mark, dropped it, back to Brayshaw by hand. He makes better connection, kicks it long down the line. That's a good mark, and getting across, taking the mark for the Pies is Nathan Murphy.
Just a small thing with Mason Cox. If you're going to play in midfield and go for those marks, can't go to the ground. He's done that twice already in this game. Keep your feet, because your team's one down when you're on the ground.
Lipinski, the former Bulldog, down the line. Logue underneath that. Cox did well, tapped it from behind. Coming back to Mundy. Hand pass, turnover. Lipinski. Hand pass missed its target for Noble. Umpire not brave to call it deliberate on this occasion, or lack of intent to keep it in. 6 plays won, 10.5 gone for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. On the boundary line for Spitwater, Tough and Ready. Brodie, Sarong, Switkowski and Young all about to check in for Fremantle. They want to make wholesale changes all at the same time. The flick up. Hand pass back. It's coming back. It was Nick Dacos. Got it to Elliott. Kick around the corner. Good mark taken by Logue in a one-on-one with McCreery. At half-back right. 6 plays, 1 Collingwood. Short kick to Chapman.
So this is what they normally do so well. Hit the 45, go quick, 3 or 4 short kicks to kickstart their ball movement, but they can't do it in these conditions.
Down the line as a whole. It's going to Taberner. No, it's going to Darcy. Cox was falling over, and as he was falling, he leaped, grabbed out and grabbed hold of the jumper. That's a good kick in the end, and I reckon it was intentional. The fans, you don't agree with me, Paul?
Bit of a shank there, I think. But if you play in front, that's what Lockie Schultz does, but he's not going to be able to make the distance from here.
55 out, 15 in from the boundary line. Pops it up top of the square. Taberner's in this pack. Comes to the back. Frederick is there. There's a push out. It's a free kick. There's an arm chop, and it's going Fremantle's way. And it's going back to Rory Lobb, and he has a chance much closer this time. If we take a look at the replay. Yep, absolutely spot on. Jeremy Howe was the offender. Right arm chopping across. The replay saw your car, the Hassel Freeway with car sales instant offer. Rory Lobb lines up for goal. Shouldn't miss from here, surely. 15 metres out on the slide angle.
Got arms, but also got him in the back of the head. It's a long way up there.
Kicks the goal. He kicks right through it. Fremantle take the lead. They're 1-1-7. To 1 straight 6, 12 gone for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. Your match day favourites for tyre safety. Rory Lobb with the first goal. It took 11 minutes on the Makita clock. Makita clock ruled the outdoors with Makita. Here's Paul Hazelby. He's our expert on AFL Nation for Shaw Unify Uniform Experts.
Well, he started well, Rory Lobb. A couple of shots on goal already. Quiet last week. It's just hard to get around. And I think in these conditions, sometimes it is about the free kicks. It's not about always taking the marks, getting the easy shots on goal. It's about the defensive pressure and also putting the ball into dangerous spots. So if they do give away those free kicks, you get easy shots. That one from 10 metres out. Good start, both teams. Goals are going to be a premium. You can see that already.
Play underway in the final quarter around the grounds for Chemist Warehouse. 4-point lead Brisbane over Hawthorn earlier today. A 52-point win to the Giants over West Coast. Ooh, coming off the square, Sarong was coming the other way. He's met solidly, went to ground, but he's up. Mundy back to Sarong, back to Hayden Young with the raking left foot down to half forward. Murphy and Banfield taps it down, picked up here by Schultz with the outside of the right boot. Clean bowls Walters. Coming back the other way, Switkowski holding the ball. No, it's going to be holding tackle. It's against Noble. It's coming back to Switkowski. Good run with the umpires, Fremantle.
That's what I was talking about. Field position so important in wet conditions because of that reason. Just lingered with the tackle. It looked like he was going to double grab it. But he played it smartly, didn't take possession. Switkowski. What a good player he's been this year for the Fremantle Dockers.
Aiming for his 11th for the season. Kicks with the right, around the left, and kicks a goal. Fremantle go back-to-back, both from free kicks. 2-1-13 to 1 straight 6, 7 points the margin for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. Free kick count 5-2. There's your stat for Safety Steel Sheds.
The 2 goals from free kicks for the Fremantle Dockers. Switkowski, Schultz, all their small forwards like to get up the ground and then fly back. Not easy to do in these conditions, but at ground level. Switkowski, who was involved previously. Michael Walters had the chance. He had the running, wasn't able to pick it up cleanly. But the momentum took it forward. The ball went into the path of Switkowski. Won the free kick. So clever around his body. He's really building as a player. He's starting to get his possession rate up a bit higher. His tackling pressure's always been there. Plays the high half forward role. Which is quite difficult in AFL. Some days it goes past you, some days it goes through you.
Back in the middle, hacked forward by De Goey. Towards the 50, Hoskin Elliott caught at the front. Strong tackle. Eventually the ball goes over the line now to play. 55 out Collingwood's end of the ground. Just repeating, Neil Erasmus and Ollie Henry are the Medi subs for both Fremantle and Collingwood respectively. Hawthorn have taken the lead around the grounds against Brisbane, 89-87. Early stages last quarter in that game. We're midway through the first here. Pendlebury. That's just rubbish. I'm sorry. That is rubbish. That is Scott Pendlebury trying to pick the ball up. Didn't deliberately soccer it. It's a skill error. Players make skill errors. That umpire in particular, umpire Finlay, he's on a mission today, and by the end of it,
Goss is going to be angry.
I'm going to throw the binoculars out the window.
I agree with you. Also, the Rory Lobb one, similar. He just fumbled that one in these conditions. That's easy to do, particularly for someone who's 207 centimetres.
Young goes across his goal face, inside defensive 50 to the skipper Pearce.
Drying out a little bit, isn't it? The rain stopped. So now we see the ball movement. Kick mark game of the Fremantle Dockers, trying to get it going. With Alex Pearce, probably not the one you want. Ball in hand in those conditions.
Akers and side bottom then was the kick. Collingwood get the stop. Eventually the ball goes over the line out of play at left half forward. For Collingwood, they trail by 7 points after kicking the opening goal. 2-1 to 1 straight. Thanks to Tyre Power, your match day favourites for tyre safety. Goals to Lobb and Switkowski. Darcy Cameron for Collingwood. In front, Cox did well. Taken by Brodie. Would love this situation. Quick kick. And the mark has been taken by Dacos. Nick variety.
He does love it. 6 disposals for Brodie already. Akers, Clark, De Goey, Mundy, Schultz, Sarong, each with 4.
Safety Steel Shed stats. There's the punch over the line by Logue. Contract talks are off.
Interesting that, isn't it?
He's going to command big dollars, mate.
Yeah, he is, and I don't think Fremantle can afford to pay it.
No. That might prolong the career of Joel Hamling. There's the throw-in. Tapped down by Cox, but only as far as Akers. Another kick outside of the boot. A bit of a mongrel down to half forward. Eye off the ball, tapping up. Did well, though. Nick Dacos hacks it forward. Here's Akers again. Sweeps a hand pass inside to Young. Knocked down again by Pendlebury this time. Coming back to Sarong. Just gets ball to boot. Makes 15. Hand pass is good by Lobb. Young fresh-aired it. Picked up by Dacos. The Dacos boys are there. McCreary is at centre half forward. There's a soccer in danger free kick. And it's coming back to Mundy. At centre half forward, True. Waste no time. Walters punched away from him. Ball comes back to De Goey. The defensive foil was by Quainer. Pendlebury. Cox has a runner outside. Myercheck missed its target. Ball goes over the line now to play with a hand pass. And we'll have a throw in. Between wing and half forward for Fremantle, they lead 13 plays 6. We've gone 18 for Makita. Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
Andrew Brayshaw back onto the field, only the 1 disposal so far in the game.
Safety Steel Shed stats and Shaw Unify. Give us our expert Paul Hazelby, All-Australian. There's the kick. He told me to remind everyone pre-game. There's the kick to half forward. Frederick is there over the footy, goes to ground, gets it back to Brayshaw. As you heard from Paul, just fresh on the ground, going nowhere. 60 out, Fremantle's end of the ground. Darcy with the left. Josh Dacos. It's a skidding ball, and that is deliberate every day of the week. That one I agree with. It's not deliberate, but failing to intend to keep the ball in play.
On pace for a world record. What's that, 4?
4. There's the kick by Ryan. inside 50. Fremantle have numbers. Switkowski just got ball to boot. Noble scooped it up. Taken by Maynard. His kick was smothered. Umpire says play on. De Goey, look away to McCreery. Quick kick. Wide kick. Good kick. Hoskin Elliott just needs to gather. He's been chased down by the very quick Chapman. Long kick. You want to be on my check, wouldn't you? Pushed the man out. Doesn't need to pick it up. Doesn't have to. Sockers it through for the goal. Well played. Very good work there. The far side of the ground to bury the ball in deep on a one-on-one with Myercheck, and Collingwood get their second. They're trailing by a point. That's good footy. 2-1-13. It came from a smother down at half-back to 2 straight. 13 plays, 12, 19 gone for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts.
We have seen the teams try and go around the boundary with the free kicks that are being paid, but today's a day you can go through the middle, and that one was through default because it was smothered, but it took it a corridor, and once they were able to win the ball in there, Jordan De Goey through the midfield, a really good kick to the far side, and he summed it up really well, Myercheck. He's a class player. Didn't give away the free kick, had the position, but just had to get some body on Pearce because of his size. Got him in the side and followed up with the soccered goal, but it was that kick into the corridor. I'd like to see both teams try and go through there deliberately rather than by default.
Darcy Cameron wins it down, hacked forward by Pendlebury, but Brodie was on the end of it. There's another kick. Meeting it, Murphy did really well, and then he was met solidly by Brayshaw, and he stayed down. Hip and shoulder got him right in the rib cage. Taken by Sarong inside 50. There, Collingwood have numbers. Nick Dacos went to ground, scooped up, hand pass. Frederick got it from Switkowski, and then he misses to the left, and Murphy is still down. Trainers making their way as we take a look at that replay. Bent over, and Brayshaw went in low and bumped him right below the arm. He's up now, but he's feeling the effects. Collingwood have the ball deep in the left back pocket. Fremantle lead by 2 points, 14 plays 12.
All fair. He started well though, hasn't he, Murphy? Looks good attacking the ball.
He's coming off the ground. He is feeling it. Hand pass, Elliott. Slick hand pass back to Lipinski. Back to Elliott looking for Troops. Could have gone back to side bottom. Chose to go with the left. That's a beautiful kick. Hoskin Elliott marks. Fremantle have got numbers back. Ginnivan wants it in quick, but he's the only one there, and Fremantle have 3 players. So Hoskin Elliott runs on. Side bottom, sensed the situation with the left into the pocket. Ginnivan there. Knocks the ball back. Then gets underneath. That's below the knees for mine. Could have been a free kick to Chapman, not according to the umpire. Chapman comes, Murphy comes off the ground. We'll keep an eye on that one for Spitwater, tough and ready, and we'll have a throw in. Collingwood, deep in attacking zones, 3 metres around from the left-hand behind post. They trail by 2 points. Good throw in. Darcy just too strong from Myercheck. Brayshaw's kick makes 30. Quainer handed it to Darcy Cameron off a step. Should be marked. Player down. Side bottom. He slipped over. And mark's been taken by Clark on defensive 50. 22 gone. Around the grounds. Hawthorn by 2 points for Chemist Warehouse. Great savings every day. That game is 9 gone last quarter. Kick to the wing. Darcy Cameron got in front of Pendlebury. It's coming back to Maynard. Intelligent. To side bottom. Chip to Crisp. He says, well, I don't think I'll bounce the ball on this occasion. Earlier in the game, he bounced the ball and then realised as he was just making the effort, that wasn't a smart move. There's the kick. Gets around Chapman. Top of the square. Big fly. What a mark. Elliott. Not paid. Touched. In the conditions, gee, it must have been close. Elliott with the big fly. We take a look at the replay. It's ushered through from behind. 2-4. to 2-1. Paul Hazelby, what do you make of that?
Seen them paid before, back into the side. Would have been great for his confidence. That right call, I think, by the umpire.
Short kick, Ginnivan. Just needs to free himself up. He does. Gets around 1, gets around 2, and then kicks. It snicked the post, didn't it? Gee, it looked like it went in. Yes, it did. Ginnivan got away from the outstretched Young. Would have been a great goal. Snicked the post. It's now 2-2, 14 apiece. 23 gone. Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. And the Pies are really pushing hard. Moore goes up. Back feeds Pendlebury, Quainer. Another inside 50. Check that stat for Safety Steel Sheds. Kick around the corner. Inside 50. Warming up to come on the ground, Tyler Brown. There's the kick. Mark's been taken out of that congestion by Switkowski, and now 50 metres. And I think it was Lipinski who might have got in the protected zone. 50-metre penalty. So, Again, Fremantle getting a very much the good rub of the green. Switkowski wants to pop it up. Didn't strike it all that well, to be honest. There's the kick. Coming out more. Taken by Schultz, holding the ball. Great tackle. What a great tackle by Dacos. And I reckon he was the one that got Quainer, actually. Dacos was keen to take the free kick. Eventually they kick it across their own goal. 2-2-14 apiece. Paul Hazelby, how have you seen the last couple of minutes?
Been in favour of Collingwood. Repeat inside 50 entries. Field position in their front half. A couple of opportunities, half opportunities they just couldn't quite nail. But Fremantle on the back foot right now. 9
free kicks to 2. That's the safety steel shed stat that Collingwood fans won't be liking. Plus they got the 50. There's the kick. Long down the line by Dacos. Cox did not read it at all. It's going to come back to Chapman, who got it from Mundy. Slipped when he kicked. H taken it. The former Pie in the long sleeves. Ball goes to ground. Over at Sarong. Hacked forward here by Fremantle. Off a step. Brayshaw. His kick was smothered up and under. Lobb tried to take the ball in his hands. Banfield loves this situation. Lobb's hand pass. Almost like we saw Mason Cox out the corner of his eye and said he'd kick it to you. Kicked it, hand past it. Ball loose. He loves this situation. It's now hacked forward. It's going to slip. It's going forward. Getting back. Up by Clark. Goes wide. Can't keep it in. The ball goes over the line and out of play. Ginnivan hacked it forward. It was slipping and sliding towards the goal line. Clark got back. And the Pies are living in their front half at the moment. We have a throw in. It's all tied up at 2-2-14 apiece.
12-10 the inside 50s, Tim.
15-4. Hit out Fremantle. Make that 15-5. It was a double-hander down. Coming back to Chapman. Lucky. Got it out. Akers has been busy. Lob 2 in the last couple of minutes. Free kick. Another free kick. Fremantle. That's 10-2 to the Dockers. Taberner with the free. It's against Murphy. Good to see him back out there. Oh, falling over. Slipping backwards was DeGoey. In the end, Noble got taken high. Umpire didn't blow the whistle. He's kidding himself. He whacked him around the head, and now Fremantle fans and also Aish, as we take a look at the replay, look at that. Oh. The right hand around the neck of Noble. Collingwood are getting the rough end of the pineapple here. Don't worry about that. Cox. Mundy. Aish. Spilling ball. Far wing now. Crisp. Looking after it. Fans having a go for not trying to keep it in when that ball was still 15 metres inside the field of play. Getting ahead of themselves. Hand pass back. Numbers favour Fremantle. Low to Clark. A little juggle act. Comes to Pearce. No time to panic. 26 gone. Wide kick taken here by Akers. 10 free kicks to 3. Hawthorn by 2 points over Brisbane. Around the grounds for Chemist Warehouse. That's 14 gone last quarter. Down the line. Good mark taken by Lobb in the conditions in front of Cox. Taberner's there. Moore punches it over. 2-2-14 apiece. 27 gone. On the boundary line, Cox and also Tyler Brown still trying to get on the ground. A couple of minutes left in the quarter. Spitwood up, tough and ready. Pies have certainly been running hot for Ream, steady, hot and strong. In the last 6 or 7 minutes, they've got real bang for their buck.
He's in trouble here.
Lipinski it is. That's another free kick. That's 11-3, Paul.
Well, he did make an effort there. I think that was correct.
Mundy
laid on the ball. Dave Mundy knew what he was doing. You've got to try and move, try and trick the umpire into believing you're trying to get the ball out. 55 out. Mundy pops it up towards the top of the goal square. Punched away by Moore. Oh, the kick went straight. It's from Maynard, who hit his teammate friendly fire Noble. And past Crisp. Collier. The ball goes over the line and out of play. 25 around. 14 plays 14. It's all tied up. That's where we started. 28 gone. Thanks to Makita and Sports Power, your local footy experts, and Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. Good throw in. They've been good today, the Boundary boys. Side bottom, Lipinski, boundary line, throw in, 25 out, repeat. Switkowski normally the one that gets on the fly from this situation, be trying to get through, and if he doesn't get it, try and win a free kick.
Schultz is there in the bright green boots. Hand pass back was too hot. From Brayshaw to Lobb to Mundy. Ricochet ball, unfortunate. Taken by De Goey. Hand pass wide to Ginnivan. He hacks it forward. Hoskin Elliott trying to gather it. Chapman trying to gather him. Threw the ball out in front of him. Eventually the ball goes over the line out of play, but that got out of the danger zone for the Pies. It's now a throw-in as Craig McRae walks around the boundary line with his men. Graham Wright is there and Justin Lepich the other. Assistant coaching in the coaching football department, and Scotty Selwood, Scooter, who won a club championship with the West Coast Eagles, of course. Out by Chris Mundy. Underground hand pass was intelligent. Down the line. Juggle. The ball was over when he took the mark. Backed over. It should be a boundary throw in and will be. Boundary umpire spot on. He's coming to the field umpire and saying he didn't complete the mark till the next juggle. That's the correct decision. 2-2-14 apiece. 29 and a half gone first quarter.
Pretty smart there from Darcy Moore. He knew he was going to be late. Didn't come in with too much speed. Didn't give away the free kick, and he was just expecting Tabernar to double grab like he did.
Sell your car the hassle-free way with car sales instant offer. Free kick. Lipinski. Cox read that better. He just backed off that contest and allowed the ball to slide into his grasp. Kicked by Mundy, punched away Noble. Chapman gone, took too long. Umpire put whistle to mouth, and then the ball came back in. I don't quite understand how an umpire can put whistle to mouth and indicate he's going to ping a player for holding the ball and then change his mind. And that player that he was going to ping came up with the footy. Marcy gets a free for a Shepherd. He gets on with it quickly to Tabernar, still time. Tabernar inside 50. Quayner's there at the back. Fremantle with numbers. Schultz, he goes to ground. Does he get a free? Siren beats them. And it's all tied up. 2-2, 14 apiece. The quarter went for 31 minutes for Tyre Power, your trusted tyre experts. 2-2, 14 apiece. Singles in the game to Myercheck and Cameron for Pies, and Lobb and Switkowski for Fremantle. This is AFL Nation. It is all tied up here in the West.
That quarter on AFL Nation was for Tyre Power. Save on Kumo. Store-wide super sale now on. Okay, my battery's nearly gone. Am I picking up the kids from training, or you are?
Yeah, can you get them from 5?
Couldn't hear you. Can you say that again? My battery's nearly... flat.
Without charge on your phone, nomophobia kicks in. No mobile phone phobia. You can beat it with a Signet Power Bank. With a Signet Power Bank, there's no more running out of charge when you need it most.
Yeah, okay, great. I'll be there at 5 to get the kids.
Aussie owned, Aussie designed. Power your life with a Signet Power Bank. Signet.com.
Sheds come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. But if you're after a shed, go and have a word with the family-owned team at Best Sheds. Because right now, you'll get 10% off the sheds at Best Sheds. Plus, all their sheds come with a 20-year manufacturer's warranty. And you can choose from the standard range or customise the shed of your dreams. Hit the sheds with Best Sheds 10% off sale. Best Sheds. 100% Australian-owned and manufactured. Visit bestsheds.com.au.
From first-time browsing to big-time arousing, Sexyland is all about fun. We have Australia's biggest range of sexy costumes, couples' toys, fun gifts and games for adults. And our team of fun specialists are always here to help in-store and online. Sexyland 11 stores open 7 days until midnight in Melbourne and Geelong, or shop online and get 2-hour delivery.
Does that sound make you thirsty? Thirsty Camel Bottle Shops has all your refreshment needs sorted for this week's game, including Great Northern Super Crisp 24-pack, $48.99, or $43.99 for Hump Club members, or VB Carlton Draft 10 packs, $24.99. Winning! Answer the Camel's call. Find your local bottle shop or shop online at thirstycamel.com.au.
T's and C's apply. Pricing may differ in regional areas. Hydrate responsibly. $100 just for switching your internet provider? Mate. Switch your internet to Mate in May and enter the promo code MAY100 on sign up to get $100 credit on your account once connected. You heard it right. Get $100 credit just for switching and connecting internet with Mate. Be quick. Offer ends 31st of May. Visit letsbemates.com.au or search Mate online. Credit applied 28 days after activation. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you game ready? Your local Sports Power store is supporting local footy clubs and players with everything you're going to need for the footy season ahead. With a great range of boots, footwear, balls, training and protective gear from all the big brands like Adidas, Asics, Nike, Puma, New Balance, Sharon and Shock Doctor. So if you want to get game ready, get into your local Sports Power store and check them out. Find your nearest Sports Power store at sportspower.com.au.
We're your local experts, Sports Power.
Okay, team, we've got the home ground advantage today, so you know what that means? Start them up.
Toro is legendary on the world's best grounds, and now you can take charge of your home ground with Toro's 60-volt leaf blower. Part of the FlexForce family of power garden tools that share one powerful battery. It moves big piles of leaves faster with more power when you need it for up to 90 minutes on one charge. For your home ground advantage, you can count on Toro. Available online at bunnings.com.au. Just search Toro 60V.
If you're a local multi-trade contracting company, Handy wants you. Handy works with insurance companies with fair rates and fast payment. If you're licensed and insured, it's quick to sign up. Go to handy.com. That's HANDDI.com.
My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Earn points with every Macca's run to redeem on more of your favourites. Your mates' usuals or family go-tos. Download the My Macca's app and start earning today. Value means more at Macca's. T's and C's apply. See our website for details.
You're listening to the 2022 Premiership season on AFL Nation for Beaumont Tiles. Hybrid flooring in store now.
It's their team defence by the Fremantle Dockers. They all pushed up and affected the turnover.
Kick by Walters. Brodie can kick a long ball. Will Brodie kicks it long to the pocket. And drop mark taken by Schultz. Got some front-on pressure as well by Howe. And the ball goes over the line and out of play. For Sports Power, your local footy experts, it's 2-2-14 apiece. We've gone a minute in the second quarter for Makita. Rule the outdoors with Makita.
Big missed opportunity there from Schultz, who's by himself, just misread the flight. Could have taken it on his chest.
Throw in, hand on the shoulder for Darcy. Unlucky not to get a free kick. Taken by Maynard. Kicks him out of the defensive zone. Oh, what unload. That's a good effort. Good contested mark against Elliott. He doesn't often get beaten in that situation. Goes short to Luke Ryan.
But he doesn't play on Griffin Logan, that sort of size player. It's the strength of Griffin Logan. Plays tall, plays small.
Short to Clark. Short to Brayshaw. Outside the 5 now, so Brayshaw is allowed to amble off the mark without any pressure. That's too easy. Made up 30 metres. Found Pearce, who's drifted down for Fremantle. A lot of players inside the 50. Darcy's on his own here at the moment. Pearce will go wide. He'll go wide to the good run of Ryan. It's now coming back to Ace. Chips it to the top of the square. Who's there? Off hands. Comes to the back. And it goes through. It's off hands through for a minor score. That breaks the deadlock. 2-3 to 2-2. 15 plays 14. And around the grounds for Chemist Warehouse.
Upset.
Massive upset. Hawthorn by 17 points at Utah Stadium. 27 gone. So the Hawks are going to beat Brisbane. There's the kick out. Young back with the flight. Adams, should I say. His kick was knocked down. It goes close to the boundary line. I would have tried to keep it in if I was McCreary. He chose not to, and guess what? They're going to pay the price because Brodie has got it over to Switkowski, who got it to Brayshaw. A quick kick now. Noble in position, bounced off his chest, under pressure. Loose ball, more there. His hand pass is good to side bottom. Has a flick out wide now to Maynard. Far side of the ground. Long left foot kick. To Goey. It's a free kick. It's coming back. It's going to Myercheck, I think. It is. Free kick was against Pearce. A kick by Myercheck again down the line. It's reading it better. It was Brennan Cox against Darcy Cameron. 2-3 to 2-2. 3 gone for Sports Power, your local footy experts. And McDonald's, value means more at Macca's. Clark short to Switkowski. Defensive 50 for Fremantle, who lead by a point. It's out of bounds on the full. That's an error. That is a clanger, and it's going to be a Collingwood ball, and it's in the hands of Josh Dacos. Long kick inside 50. Cox doesn't mark it, but brings it to ground. Flicked up Brayshaw. Wide kick Brodie. Diving mark. That's better. Schultz. Coach's box, side of the ground. Interchange, side of the ground. In the fluoro boots. Kicks it down the line. Howe, Moore. Boundary line, throw in. Sports Power, your local footy experts. Get the latest big brand footy boots in store at Sports Power now. How do you see this quarter, which has gone 4 minutes, Paul Hazelby, playing out?
Collingwood's starting to look good behind the ball. Howe, Murphy and also Moore working so well together. Fremantle can't find that quick inside 50 to one of their taller players. But Darcy's been effective around the rucks as he kicks this one out of bounds on the full.
Took it out of the ruck contest. It was just too slick and too strong for Cox, who now comes off the ground. And Ginnivan comes on. He's not entirely sure what his role is because that's a very tall for a very small. There's the kick. I think Darcy Cameron's drifted up into the ruck. Hand pass was a bit too strong, but it's been picked up here by Noble. Kicks to open space. Pearce, Myercheck, Pearce, boundary line. If he doesn't keep it in, he might have a problem, and he ushers it over. He did it well. He disguised it beautifully and gets the throw in right alongside the left-hand behind post. Fremantle up by a point, 15-14 AFL Nation. McDonald's, value means more at Macca's. The $6 small McChicken meal and the cheeseburger on the My Macca's app. We'll have a throw in.
Confusion here with Darcy Cameron. Obviously Mason Cox went off, so he just realised that he is the ruck. Cox just looking at his finger or his hand when he went off.
Elliott, kick. Now there's the goal. Myercheck, another soccer goal. That's 2 soccer goals and perfect in these conditions. So it looked like Elliott sliced it towards it sort of wrong-footed Pearce, who didn't quite get connection. And Myercheck second is Collingwood's third, and they're up by 5 points. 3-2 to 2-3. 20 plays 15 for McDonald's. Value means more at Macca's. Here's Paul Hazelby for Shaw Unify Uniform Experts.
Yeah, from the stoppage, Justin Longmuir won't be happy with that. They just didn't have a player in the right position in the sweeper spot, and they were able to come through there. Firstly, Elliott, cross goal. It was almost soccer style. He couldn't clear the area there, Alex Pearce. That's 2 goals now for Myercheck from similar positions. Just smarts, acting quick, boot to ball sort of stuff. They're fighting hard. Collingwood, they're in this. Conditions not allowing the Fremantle Dockers to get their normal ball movement going from the back half. It's been stagnant. It's been a little bit wide. Need to be a little bit more braver. Maybe some handball through the corridor if it does open up from the stoppage.
Sarong thrown out of it in a fierce tackle. He's going to come back, and all of a sudden the umpire's getting a piece of the action towards Collingwood. It's going to go to Crisp. He elects just to play on from that free kick inside the forward 50, and the mark's been taken by Pearce over Hoskin Elliott. 45 out from his defensive goal, Alex Pearce. He'll flare it wide, and he kicked it straight down the throat of Ginnivan. 55 out. He's got Dacos short. He elects to say no. Oh, gets around Chapman, if you don't mind. How's the arrogance of the man wearing 33? Kicks it long, hits the post. Like him. Everyone can say he should have kicked it here, should have kicked it there. Giving free rein. Mason Cox now going down. That's not a good sign with that finger injury. We'll take a look at that on for Spitwater, tough and ready. It's a 6-point lead to Collingwood. 3-3, 2-3. Kick in. It's going to be a free kick. It's against Dacos. Josh, and it's going to Sarong.
A lot of players a bit frustrated there with Ginnivan, but he's entitled to do that. If you're within range and he hit the goalpost, not halfway up, but a third of the way up, it's not easy with a wet ball to try and find a teammate at the top of the square.
Aisha's kick goes to half forward, comes off Maynard, and eventually the ball goes over the line now to play. About 55 around from Fremantle's end of the ground for McDonald's. Value means more at Macca's.
Tagoe's been good through the midfield, clean. Every time he gets near the ball, touches it, something good happens from it.
Kareem, over 80 years manufacturing in Australia. Darcy wins it down. Quick by Chris. Umpire paid that a mark. It went about 8 metres. There's the kick down the line. It was a beautiful kick by Adams. It's taken by Elliott. So they're away here, Collingwood, and there is your man Tagoe. Coming across nicely was Ryan. Collingwood's quick transference of play. There's a lot of breakdowns here. There's a lot of arm waving by Collingwood. Ginnivan, Tagoe, Lipinski. They're all looking at each other trying to work out what role is what role. And they need to get a runner out there and get some defined roles, Paul, because when that happens, you can get hurt.
Well, Freo don't have any crossover in the midfield. All their midfielders are midfielders, all their forwards are forwards. But Collingwood have a couple, Lipinski, Elliott, and also Tagoe, that like to go up, and they do get confused with who's playing where.
Tagoe's now gone forward, so he's standing at the top of the square. 21 plays 15, 9 gone, thanks to McDonald's. Macca's $6 small McChicken meal and cheeseburger on the My Macca's app. Ball's just ushered out. Darcy Cameron, this little dangerous kick. Flicked out of there by McCreary. Coming back to Noble. Hacked forward by Quaynor. It was a kick under pressure. The mark's taken by Jordan Clark on his defensive 50 line. Fremantle just looking for some possession. Short to Collier. Barely called his name. Just got a hand pass away. Umpire got in the way. Low goes to ground. Great chase by Meyer Check. We'll have a ball up. So all of a sudden, Jordan Clark's disposal. He's kicked one out in the full, and on that occasion, didn't hit the target from 15 metres away.
He's up to 12 disposals. Only Brodie has more.
Tap down. Pendlebury. Taken by Sarong. The umpire will ball up. Maynard walks the boundary line.
Mundy with 11, Sarong 10, Crisp is up to 9, Akers, Tagoe, Maynard each with 8.
Safety steal sheds stats. Nick Dacos goes to ground, hacked there by McCreary, should I say Ginnivan. Quick whack, Lipinski! And in front, it pays to be in front. You said it earlier, Paul. On this occasion, Hoskin Elliott has taken a mark in front of Ryan, and he loves this. He eats this type of stuff up 30 metres out directly in front.
Well, they're the half chances you need to take. Quick kick, it was just in front by a metre. Lipinski's been good this year and good around the stoppages today.
He's got it. Hoskin Elliott gets the goal. Collingwood have got the only 2 in the second quarter. We've gone 10 minutes from McDonald's. Value more means more at Macca's. Another goal to the Dockers. Hoskin Elliott 7th for the season. And it's the biggest lead in the game for Collingwood. 12 points, 27 plays 15 for McDonald's. Value means more at Macca's. Here's Paul Hazelwood.
They're here to play. That's what you need to do when you come to town here in Perth. Take the crowd out of it. They've done that, and they've done it the hard way too, because Fremantle have had the run of it with some free kicks. But they just look dangerous every time they do go inside their forward 50. They look like they're going to score more so than Fremantle. 16 inside 50s to 15. They've got 7 shots from those 16.
11 points Hawthorn, 117 to 106. That game has gone 36 minutes in the last quarter. And it's still going according to the AFL app. Ball up in the middle. Mychek didn't contest the ruck contest, so Lobb just swatted it forward. Mundy over it. Over him goes Brodie. Well done, Mundy. Hand pass back to Sarong. Collingwood have numbers. It's on this wing. Oh, he went in backwards. Sarong might have taken Adams high. Well done by Brodie. Loves this situation. Floater to half forward. Going to ground Walters. Quainer over the footy. Players over him. Hacked forward by Adams. Makes 5 metres. There's to Goey again. Going to ground is Brown. He's tackled strongly. Going nowhere. We'll have a ball up. Good tough stuff in tough conditions. The Sir Doug Nicholls round logo. 27 plays 15. Ball up. Commentary box side of the ground. Again lob. Missed its target. Oh, getting in low. That's going to be below the knees. It's going to come back. In daylight today, that's tough. Chris gets the free. Schultz got in low. The umpiring certainly seemed, numbers anyway, seemed to be squaring up a little bit. Ginnivan doesn't mark it. Logue behind him. Flicked up. Well done by Cox. Has been sure in the conditions. Logue's hand pass. Just got a hand pass away. Cox swats it back. Intercepted here by Collingwood. Taken by side bottom with the left. Missed its target. It pitches in front of the boundary line and goes over. And we'll have a throw in. 20 around. Collingwood are doing all the attacking in this quarter. Their inside 50 stats might be impressive. 4-3, 27, 2-3, 15. Still haven't seen Mason Cox return. He's off the ground with a finger injury. Throw in. 13 gone. Bit of blue sky. Plenty of rain around pre-game. Henry, so he's done for the day, is Mason Cox. Henry's now subbed in, according to that, so must be a broken finger or a major hand injury of some description. There is Tyler Brown. His kick was smothered, taken out of there by Chapman. Walters missed it. Henry, hand pass. Ginnivan taken high, free kick.
He knows how to draw him, doesn't he? We've seen that early in the year with Joel Selwood. But clearly that's there. A lot of force from Heath Chapman. Just got to go lower. As I said, free kicks in the wet. A lot of scoring opportunities come from those. The Dockers got 2 in the first quarter. We've seen a couple now for Collingwood.
17 goals in 7 games is Jack Ginnivan. Final siren has blown. Hawthorn have hung on by 5 points. Kicked by Ginnivan around the corner. Gets the goal. Host plus, that's a plus. Goal of the game, contender. 3 in a row in the second quarter. Love that, the Host plus jingle. 33 plays 15. Justin Longmuir looks on. Thanks to McDonald's, value means more at Macca's. And as a team, they are running hot. For Ream, install a Ream, Australia's favourite in hot water. Here's Paul Hazelby.
And it's going to be hard to peg back as we look at these skies. It's a bit of blue sky at the moment, so that is a positive for the Dockers. But they would have been hammered at quarter time from their coach in regards to their contested possessions number. They lost that by 17 and the clearances by 8 in the first quarter. But in this second quarter, they've turned it around. That's led to more inside 50s, more field position and taking their chances right now. The Dockers on the back foot.
18-9 to 17-10, 117, played 112. Hawthorn have beaten Brisbane at UTAS Stadium. There's another upset. Mundy, hand pass, missed its target. Sarong, hacked forward by Crisp to half forward. Getting back first will be Ryan for Fremantle. Been herded up, nice little spin. Got around 1, then got around 2, and then bags it forward. Getting back there, Darcy did well. Tapped down brilliant by Myercheck. Flick was good. Gee, Collingwood in these conditions, that's impressive. Darcy Cameron's quick kick to half forward. No mark taken. There is Chris. Has a man out wide in Dacos. Josh. He can go to Hoskin Elliott. Not a great kick. Has to shepherd his way. Get to the front. He's going to come back to the ball. Coming back to Chris. Akers arrives just in time to put the body pressure on. Chris knocks it back. Ginnivan around. Anything can happen here. Over the ball is Young. Missed its target. Hand pass Lipinski. Back to Dacos. Back to Chris. 55 out, a floater, a flower bagger, a finger breaker. The ball comes now towards Collier, who gathers the footy. Oh, it's a dangerous kick. Dropped the mark, not paid. Flick back. Noble, 55 out. Gets around 1, gets around 2, and then missed its target. Banfield in transition. Has to come out wide. He had nothing forward. It was good vision by Banfield. He goes wide to Lobb. Akers runs hard for him. Players pouring forward now. Collingwood have numbers behind the ball. Lobb shows too much of the footy. Goes over the head of his teammate. Taken by Quainer. He goes wide. McCreary should mark. Oh, getting back there, Collier. They've gone to the same hairdresser. They've got their man buns up and working. But it's the Pie McCreary who takes the footy. Kicks to half forward. Well done by Logue. Punches it away. Ball coming back towards Hoskett Elliott. He's had some dangerous moments with the left. Kick around the corner. It's a poor option. It's a poor kick. And the mark's taken by Pearce, about 20 out from his own goal. 5-3 to 2-3. That's an 18-point lead to the Pies. 16 gone for McDonald's. Value means more at Macca's. Mark taken by Darcy. Long kick to half forward. Fremantle breaking down at half forward. Good mark taken by Moore. Cameron gets it out towards Dacos. Josh. Top of the square. No mark taken. Lipinski's there. Young is there. Gang tackled by 3. Going nowhere. Ball up. Inside 50, 25 out from Collingwood's goal.
Dockers can't get past half forward. It was poor by Banfield. He had Darcy Moore opposed to him, and when Darcy Moore's on you and there's a small pack, you've got to go up. He went to the front. Moore came over the top, took an easy mark.
Touched off the boot. Brody's kick found its way to Walters. Umpire said play on. Comes to Mundy, who goes short to Frederick. First time I think I've called his name. He'll go wide. Good kick, good vision. Width of the ground, goes wide. Sarong missed its target, and it's punched over by Moore. And all of a sudden you just feel the Fremantle fans getting a bit agitated with this style. Collingwood seem to have combated this Fremantle transition football that we know has worked so well for them this year. The margin is 18 points.
They don't have one at the moment, do they? Don't have a way forward. Stuck in between whether to go quick or whether to go long and play wet weather footy.
Young's over it. Adams is over him. Umpire says that's okay. Far side of the ground will have a ball up.
But the conditions are improving.
McDonald's value means more at Macca's. A 3-goal lead to the visitors. Brody over the footy. Gets it back to Mundy. Crisp. Ball spills. Lukowski got taken high by Noble and gets the free. No, umpire says there was a hold on Sarong before that. Kick by Sarong. Too much on it for Banfield. It cleared his head. And that of Murphy, and the ball goes over the line and out of play, but it is a stop for Fremantle. 40 out, 2-3 to 5-3. It's a 3-goal lead to Collingwood. Car sales, everything you ought to know. Showing some highlights. But I'm sure Justin Longmuir would call them more lowlights, and I'm sure he will be showing those with his coaching staff at half-time, some of their efforts and some of their decision-making. We'll have a throw in at right half forward. It's at Fremantle's end of the ground.
Big games coming up for Fremantle too. Melbourne and Brisbane.
Cameron and Darcy. Well done by Darcy. Pushed him out. Then the kick with the left. Murphy up and under. Sarong didn't travel the distance. Going over at Lipinski. He was tackled by Banfield. We'll have a ball up 51 metres out. Fremantle's end of the ground. 5-3 to 2-3. 18 points to margin. Coming into time 1 second quarter for McKee to rule the outdoors. Sarong had it. Lost it. Over him Lipinski. Mundy. Over that now is Taylor Adams. Ball just spins out. Just ripped out of his grasp. And going to ground is Sean Darcy. 55 out. No clear possession here for Fremantle for some time. Darcy been dominating in the ruck. Taps it down, but the ball's going towards the wing. Picked up by Pearce. He's tackled. He goes to ground. He's slung to ground. Doesn't get a free kick. Picked up by Crisp. They're not happy. Alex Pearce not happy with the treatment he's received behind play. Lipinski, McCreary. Tackled strongly. Great tackle it was, too, by Ryan. There's plenty going on, and eventually the ball's going to come out to Frederick. Fans are up and about. Frederick into the pocket. Lob goes at it one-handed. Eventually the ball goes over the line and out of play. That's better though, Fremantle. Quick transference of play. And it shifts the Collingwood defence. 2-3 to 5-3. 33 pace 15. We've gone 21 in the second quarter. AFL Nation from McDonald's. Value means more. The Pies by 3 goals. Tap down. Josh Dacos goes to ground. Switkowski kept his feet. Chris tackled him. The ball was over the line and out of play, and we'll have a throw in 20 metres around.
Brayshaw stuck on the bench, been there for 11 minutes.
Can't get on the ground.
No, Brodie up to 19 disposals. Mundy 15. Crisp has got 13. Sarong with 13. And Clark just back on the ground with 12.
Safety still shed stats and Spitwater tough and ready, keeping an eye on that boundary line action, or lack of boundary line action if you're Andrew Brayshaw. Not being able to get on the ground. Darcy Cameron tried to toe poke it out. Picked up by big Sean Darcy. Taken by Mundy, who snaps on goal and misses to the left. Second point for the quarter by Fremantle. 2-4-16. 5-3-33. Winners today. Hawthorn over Brisbane. That's right. Hawthorn over Brisbane by 5 points. And GWS by 52 over West Coast. Kick by Moore down the line. Lob up. Doesn't mark it. Tap forward by Lipinski. Over at Sarong. Lipinski again. Stolen. Lob. Mundy. Can go short to Darcy. Went the longer option. Tabiner. Moore. Good battle between the two bigs. Noble goes to ground. Over the footy. Going nowhere. Tackled by Schultz. And we'll have a ball up.
Was a good battle, wasn't it? Moore didn't give away the free kick. Haven't seen too many of those one-on-one contests close to goal. But a big win from Moore.
Darcy wins it down. Josh Dacos, Quainer. Kick by Sarong. Moore is there. Ball comes loose. And eventually Murphy. He's ushered over the line and hits the behind post and we'll have a throw in. 2-4-5-3, 33 plays, 16-22 gone for McDonald's and also Sports Power. Get the latest big brand footy boots in store at Sports Power now. Fremantle fans getting agitated, trying to lift their team. Darcy's been huge in the ruck. Tapped out of there. Frederick running hard. Ginnivan coming the other way. Also there, Collier didn't really want to pick it up. Then it went through his legs. He tunnel-balled it. Brown, good hand pass over the top to Ginnivan again. Collingwood are out of their defensive 50 now. Kicks down the line to 1-on-2. Oliver's got problems. He's outnumbered. Taken by Young. He comes into the middle. All of a sudden, a few gaps starting to open up, but Fremantle haven't cashed in yet. It's with Mundy. Right smack back in the middle of the ground where it says Wajak. We're on the land of the Wajak people. And the ball is taken here by Ryan at centre half forward through for Fremantle, who trail by 17. He wants to kick it long and deep. Darcy's down there. He's nudged out of it by Cameron. That's a good mark by Darcy Cameron. Mason Cox is done for the day with a finger injury. The sub Ollie Henry's checked into the game. And that's very good by Darcy Cameron.
Brayshaw still can't get back on. That's 13 minutes.
Ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. Big fly, big mark. Hayden Young, far side of the ground. Plays on quickly. 75 out. Spearing in. Quaynor is there. Darcy's there. Walters squares up the ball, getting back. Oh, drops the mark. No, it's been paid. Interesting, they paid that one for Howe, but they didn't pay it for Elliott at the other end. Same end, but in a different situation. They pay for the back, they don't pay for the forward. Howe hasn't had a lot to do. He's done what he has done. He's done not too bad, but he hasn't had a lot of the footy.
Moore's been the best defender, and Murphy's been solid down back as well.
Well, G. Noble got very close to the man on the mark as well. There's the kick down the line. Brodie, Myercheck and Hoskin Elliott there. Hack forward, Ollie Henry, the Medi sub, is into the game, as I mentioned, for Mason Cox. Clark, Chapman, quick kick down the line. Lob is there, Cameron's there. Numbers just have Freo around the footy, taken by Dacos. Not a great kick, it's a dangerous kick. It's going to come back through the middle, but if they can get it up, they're out. Here's Henry again. He's taken it. He sort of half pulled the kick, kicked it towards the Elliott direction. And Young, it went through his legs. They've got to be good here, Freo. Logue, they were good. Logue and Young and Elliott and Young. And now it's coming back. Oh, Collier just gets away from the outstretch. They did really well. They were outnumbered there. That's a push in the back. That's going to be a free kick to Collingwood. Spot on decision. Gee, that was good by Young and Logue. They looked in a world of hurt down there. But unfortunately, the ball's going to come back the other way.
Murphy again.
Yep, he got tackled, driven into the ground. We just saw the replay there. For Carsales, everything you ought to know. It was the correct decision, and he likes his chances.
Only kicked the one goal in his career. But he's going back like he thinks he can get there.
Yeah, with a slightly waterlogged ball. No, he doesn't. He thinks he's going to put it up the top of the square. That's all fooled. Top of the square. Young dropped the mark. There is Taylor Adams. Loose ball. Ginnivan's there. Look out, Mundy. Oh, well done. Hacked forward here by Fremantle. I think it was Banfield. Good kick. It wasn't Banfield. It might have been Brayshaw. I'm not exactly sure, but it's hacked out of there. And a good mark taken by Walters. They're going to get away with it because that was a dangerous possession. Brayshaw Aish and Cox all involved. Cox with the kick, down the line, almost a mark by Schultz on the wing. Brodie getting back feeds to Banfield. Great tackle, Maynard over the line and out of play. Couple of minutes to go in the quarter, and it's going to be a handy 19-point lead. And guess what? 17-point lead. And guess what, Paul? She's a raining. We said it was going to rain again, Paul, and this is a handy buffer. 17-point lead with rain coming across Optus Stadium. Cameron at the back. De Goey was going to give it to side bottom, then he elected to kick it. Kicks to half forward, punched away. Lipinski's ushered off the ball by Brayshaw. Here it is, Hoskin Elliott wants to keep it in. Pokes it along the ground, surely not umpire, no. Right half forward. For McDonald's, value means more. And a minute to go at Macca's, thanks to Makita. Rule the outdoors with Makita. Another throw in, a lot of time left. It's at the right end if you're a Collingwood fan. And they have been very good in this quarter. Mundy's been good too. Taken though by side bottom. Quick kick. Numbers favour Fremantle behind the ball. Here's Elliott. Holding the ball. Just dropped it when he was tackled by Young. And it's on the defensive 50. Five, 3, 2, 4. Only multiple goal kicker in the game is Brodie Myercheck with 2. Down the wing, Darcy Cameron's been good. Side bottom and Aish. Aish over the footy, Lipinski over him. And eventually the ball goes over the line out of play at closing stages of the half. Darcy. Lipinski, is there time for the Pies? Overrunning it, Henry. Chapman gets away one tackle, gets away a second. Oh, clever by Switkowski. A little 10-metre dinky kick to Brayshaw, who got it to Young, who got it down the line. Collingwood have numbers. More punches it away from Lob, right in front of our AFL Nation commentary spot for Sports Power, your local footy experts. Have a throw in.
They'll be happy with this conclusion to the second quarter. Collingwood just not allowing Fremantle to get their game going, not allowing them to score. They'll take this margin into the break.
17 points is that margin. Paul Hazelby is our expert for Shaw Uniform Experts. Stay listening to the halftime break. He'll give us all the stats and moments in the game and the award winners to date. We'll have another throw in front. Right in front of where we're commentating, we could almost reach out and touch the footy. We'll have a throw in. A bad crowd in. Bad weather around. Certainly not huge. 30,000 maybe. Darcy, is there time for Fremantle? Off a step, inside 50. Myercheck getting back, the goal kicker, swatted forward. It was knocked forward by Lob. Getting back there is your man Murphy. He slipped when he kicked it, got away with it. Moore, hand pass down the line. His hand pass slipping over Brayshaw. Brodie, back to Mundy, gets around one, gets around two, and for the second time in the game, they were kicking the ball to the top of the square when the siren sounded and the timekeeper spoilt their party. It is half-time. Collingwood, 5-3-33. Fremantle, 2-4-16. It's a 17-point lead to the visitors. Myercheck with 2. Ginnivan, Hoskin Elliott and Cameron, single goal kickers for Collingwood. Lob and Switkowski, the single goal kickers for Fremantle. Earlier today, GWS 21-12, 138 beat the Eagles 13-8, 86-52 points to the Giants. Mark McVeigh starts his coaching career with a win. And Collingwood, should I say, Hawthorn 18-9, 117 defeated Brisbane 17-10, 112. It was the Hawks by 5 points. A break and come back. The halftime wrap is on the way. 17-point lead to the Pies. Is there an upset offing in the West? We'll find out after the break. This is AFL Nation.
That quarter on AFL Nation was for McDonald's. Order via the My Macca's app and start earning today.
Get the power of safer tyres before you go on holidays. A road safety message from Tyre Power.
Correct tyre inflation is the single most important part of tyre care. It helps keep them in good condition to provide optimum performance and maximum life. The best thing you can do before a long journey is check your tyre pressure and top them up with air if needed. And don't forget to check the spare tyre too.
Get the power of expert advice. Get the power of Australia's biggest independent. Visit tyrepower.com.au for your local owner operator.
Still hunting around for incredible value? Ditch the magnifying glass and check out the Kogan Money credit card. There's no annual fee, plenty of tantalising rewards, and if you meet the spend requirements, you could earn $400 in credit to spend on Kogan.com. So go on and make the switch to a better great value credit card at koganmoney.com.au/radio.
Offer ends May 31. T's and C's credit criteria, other fees and charges apply. Product issuer and credit provider Citigroup Pty Ltd.
This is the sound of Julian's bargain price vacuum with deep express suction. This is the sound of Julian trying to fix his bargain price vacuum, which infuriates him deeply. Yes, this is the sound of bargain regret. When it comes to the important stuff, like insurance, don't risk it. Go to Amy instead, who offers great value cover you won't regret. Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by AAI Limited Trading as Amy, read the PDS at amy.com.au. TMD also available.
If you've come home to find your property has been damaged, call 131 444.
If you've had something stolen from your car, call 131 444.
If you've lost something or found something valuable, call 131 444.
If you want to register a party or let us know you're going away on holiday, call 131 444.
So save 131 444 to your phone for when you need the police but not the sirens. For more information and for online reporting, visit police.vic.gov.au.
Authorised by the Victorian Government, Melbourne.
Sheds come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. But if you're after a shed, go and have a word with the family-owned team at Best Sheds. Because right now, you'll get 10% off the sheds at Best Sheds. Plus, all their sheds come with a 20-year manufacturer's warranty. And you can choose from the standard range or customise the shed of your dreams. Hit the sheds with Best Sheds 10% off sale. Best Sheds. 100% Australian-owned and manufactured. Visit bestsheds.com.au.
Good for the game tomorrow?
Nah, still trying to sell the car.
Give me your phone, let me do it.
Yeah, good luck.
Car sales, instant offer.
Car sales what?
Instant offer. You can skip creating an ad, dealing with buyers and waiting for a decent offer all weekend.
Is that the offer for my car?
Yep. Now take it to one of the official buyers, get it looked over, and the money drops the next business day. So I'll see you at the game then?
Yeah, see you at the game.
Car sales instant offer. The hassle-free way to sell your car.
T's and C's apply.
Hi, bank.
Yeah, hi. Why are you charging me fees when Athena Home Loans don't charge any fees at all?
No fees? That's ridiculous. Surely they charge application fees.
No.
Monthly or ongoing fees.
No.
Exit fees.
No.
Asking questions fees.
No.
Chocky-bicky fees.
No.
Indoor plant fees.
No.
Pens on strings fees.
No.
Long lunch fees.
No, no fees at all.
Just doesn't add up.
Actually, it really does.
Switch at athena.com.au and enjoy a home loan with no fees, so you can pay off your home loan faster. Athena, love us and leave us. Standard credit criteria, terms, conditions and government charges apply.
Which oil keeps your business moving? Farmers and fleet managers, they know. Construction crews and car mechanics, they know. And you know. Valvoline, the original engine oil.
For Australian designed and engineered storage solutions for your ute that'll keep your stuff safe and secure. See TC Boxes. Their trays, canopies and toolboxes are perfect for on the job and awesome for a spot of weekend camping with the mates. Visit tcboxes.com.au.
You're listening to the 2022 Premiership season on AFL Nation for Beaumont Tiles. Hybrid flooring in store now.
Be on my check, wouldn't you? Push the man out. Does it need to pick it up? Doesn't have to. Sockers it through for the goal. Well played. A free kick with an arm chop and it's going Fremantle's way. It's going back to Rory Lobb and he has a chance.
Long way up there.
Kicks the goal. He kicks right through it. Fremantle take the lead. Elliott, kick. Now there's the goal. Myercheck. Another soccer goal. That's 2 soccer goals and perfect in these conditions.
Maccas, I'm loving it moments. Order via the My Maccas app and start earning today.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm loving it moments for Macca's. $6 small McChicken meal and the cheeseburger on the My Macca's app. It's time for the Halftime Floor Show. Thanks to our friends at Choices Flooring. You see your floor change in an instant with Room View.
The Choices Flooring Halftime Floor Show. Choices Flooring's Watch Your Lifestyle catalogue sale on now.
It's a 17-point lead. Paul Hazelby to the visitors. Collingwood 5-3-33. It is Fremantle 2-4-16.
And they built that in that second quarter. It was all tied up at quarter time, and they've just taken the game away from Fremantle that they normally play. The conditions have played a part in that, but look, Fremantle had so much more of the footy, but it's just the way they're using the ball through the middle of the ground. Collingwood, they're just cleaner, and they're making the most of their clearances and their inside 50s. They've looked dangerous with 5 goals, 3 from their 26 inside 50s. The Dockers 23, but have only kicked 2-4, so they just don't have that extra possession that they normally get through the midfield. That gives them a really good look inside their forward 50. Longmuir would be happy with his clearance work and the contested possessions, 95-78, uncontested 101-62. But maybe they're just over-possessing the ball a bit too much. Get the ball in there quicker, give those small forwards and key forwards an opportunity to score. But Craig McRae, super happy at half-time.
Stats wrap for Safety Steel Sheds, designed to save, built to last. Alrighty, the player power rankings. Red Energy is proudly Australian. Call their Aussie team today on 131806.
Brody, Mundy, Chris, Myercheck and Darcy's been good in the ruck for the Fremantle Dockers. So a few Dockers players there, but Myercheck, the only player with multiple goals in this game. And they've been opportunistic too, about from a combined 5 metres out in this game. So they're the ones that have been probably the better players on the ground. Brody's had 23 disposals, Mundy 21, Crisp is up to 15.
Alrighty, also the play of the day for Mildura Regional Development. Visit mildura.com.au.
First quarter, started in the back line. It was a hack kick that was smothered and it went corridor. De Goey got the footy, went through the corridor again, and they're able to get it to the far side with Hoskin Elliott, and it was a good kick across the front of the goal. And it was Alex Pearce on Myercheck, and I thought Myercheck used his body really well, didn't give away the free kick, kicked his first goal for the game, but it was from one end to the other, very, very quick.
Amy Clanger, who covers Clangers, Amy does.
Well, 44 to Collingwood in this game, so 10 more. So they've clearly been turning the ball over, but I think that's more about their style of play. They're happy to get the ball and just get it moving quicker. Fremantle trying to make something happen with disposal, but you had a good clanger before the game.
I wouldn't say it was one of my finest moments. My phone somehow, and I don't know how, I was at a birthday party prior to coming here, ran out of battery, and as I went to show the man on the parking, I had my parking pass, it went to black. He didn't believe me, and I took 10 minutes with the window down, rain coming in sideways, explaining to him who I was. I showed him my media pass. I parked here at the same time. He wasn't having a bar of it.
Couldn't even pull out your Twitter profile.
I just drove in the end. I said, mate, stop me if you can, or call a tow truck. I'm going in. I should have done it 9 minutes before that, but anyway, my car probably won't be there on the way out. Player of the day so far for Whirlpool, designed for environment.
Yeah, Will Brodie through the midfield. Outstanding performance
Will
once
Brodie,
again. Like, he's just great.
He's a great
How
pickup,
they let him go. I watched Matt Rowell play yesterday, and he might be a good player, but he had 6 touches yesterday. This bloke is killing it every week, and they didn't have a spot for him at the Gold Coast Suns. 23 disposals, 2 tackles, been everywhere.
Who's your most improved player for Valvoline? Which oil keeps your business moving? You know, Valvoline.
More of a season pick, this one. Patrick Lipinski for Collingwood. You know, not being able to get an opportunity at the Western Bulldogs, crosses over, playing a different role, bit of midfield, bit of half forward, not easy to do. 13 touches so far in the contest.
Valvoline, the original engine oil. The Australian-made smart plate. It's important to buy Australian right now. Not a day for smart play, but players have played it smart, considering how wet it was for various stages of that first half.
Yeah, I'm going back to the Myercheck marking contest that he had, where he just used his body. Can easily give away a free kick in that scenario when you've got a player in front, and you've got to use your body to get the ball to the back, and he just went into the side of Alex Pearce and was able to win that ball.
You can actually put your hands in the back. You can actually
just not extend.
You can't double action.
Yeah.
And he did.
But if you're going to do it, go side.
He's very good. Support Aussie-made products. Injury update for victorsports.com.au. Mason Cox has succumbed to a finger injury. He was replaced in that first half by Ollie Henry. No medi-sub yet for Fremantle. That's Neil Erasmus. The unmissable moments for Drink Wise. Choose to drink wise.
Going to stick with my theme of Michael Walters. It's his big day. Designed the jumper. He's been okay today. He tried to get a free kick once, but hasn't yet hit the scoreboard. Michael Walters, 7 disposals in that first half. But look for him to do something exciting for Sir Doug Nicholls' round.
MEGT Rookie of the Day. MEGT, your local apprenticeship experts. Call 13-MEGT today.
Well, there's 3 vying for this award. Jack Ginnivan's been good. He could have easily had 3 goals. Kicked a really good one from the pocket. Dacos has found a bit of the footy, and also Heath Chapman for the Fremantle Dockers. So I haven't settled on one just yet, but they're the 3 vying for that award.
MEGT, your local apprenticeship experts. Around the grounds for Kenneth Warehouse, great savings every day. So far today, 52-point win to GWS over West Coast, 138-86. And Hawthorn hung on in a last quarter, went 36 minutes plus over Brisbane, 117-112 at UTAS Stadium, a 5-point win right there. Our game, it's still alive. It's a 17-point lead to Collingwood, 5-3-2-4, 33 pace 16. That has been the halftime foreshow, thanks to Choices Flooring.
A sports news update for Rolled. Eat good with Rolled. It's fast, fresh Vietnamese.
I'm Victoria Raptis with your sports update for Rolled. In AFL, Melbourne defeated North Melbourne by 47 points in their 17th straight victory, and Max King booted 6 in St Kilda's 21-point victory over Adelaide. Wins also to the Cats, Bulldogs and Tigers in round 10. In NRL, the Dragons defeated the Warriors 24-18. The Cowboys cruised to a 30-point victory over Melbourne Storm, and the Panthers overcame the Roosters 32-12. In soccer, Western United have advanced to the A-League Grand Final with a 4-1 win over Melbourne Victory. And in golf, Mito Pereira holds a 3-stroke lead over Matt Fitzpatrick and Will Zalatoris following the 3rd round of the PGA Championship.
A sports news update for Rolled. Fast, fresh Vietnamese. You're listening to the 2022 Premiership season on AFL Nation for Beaumont Tiles. Hybrid flooring in store now.
Hello, welcome to Athena Home Loans.
Hi, I'm looking to refinance and I have a few questions.
Go for it.
So, how much are your application fees?
We don't have any.
What about ongoing or monthly fees?
We don't have any.
Exit fees?
No exit fees either.
Oh. So how do you stop people from leaving?
Well, we want them to leave us because they've paid down their loan.
Wow, you don't like other lenders?
No, we're not a bunch of bankers.
Switch at athena.com.au and enjoy 0 fees so you can pay off your home loan faster. Athena, love us and leave us. Standard credit criteria, terms, conditions and government charges apply.
Hi, it's Will Davison, supercar driver and 2-time Bathurst winner. Did you know that IMAR, the tradies mate, has handyman and landscapers covered too? Insure your handyman or landscaping business with IMAR and receive competitive monthly premiums at no additional cost. Keep the inside line and get an instant quote at imar.com.au. Pay the premium online and you're ready to go. Or call 13-IMAR, that's 134627. Get a quote, get covered, get working.
They're the tradies mate, that's IMAR.
Hear that? That's opportunity ringing. So make your own call and switch to Kogan Mobile. Because right now you can get started with a new 12-month plan from Kogan for just $2 for the first month. That's just $2 for the first month for unlimited calls, texts and a huge 10 gig of data. Make the call. Switch to Kogan Mobile. Visit koganmobile.com.au/radio. Terms and conditions apply. Monthly cost after 1 month is $15 per month. The minimum cost for the year is $167.
Roofing and Sheet Metal Centre works with tradesmen across Melbourne.
Their sheet metal products are in high demand and growing. To meet this growth, Roofing and Sheet Metal Centre need workers to join their team.
If you're keen to work, they're keen to talk. You don't need experience, they'll train you up. And apprenticeship opportunities are available too.
Be part of a team that's helping tradies make Melbourne. Roofing and Sheet Metal Centre. Everything sheet metal from the roof down.
rscentre.com.au. That's rscentre.com.au.
My Macca's Rewards has arrived. Earn points with every Macca's run to redeem on more of your favourites. Your mates' usuals or family go-tos. Download the My Macca's app and start earning today. Value means more at Macca's. T's and C's apply. See our website for details.
Which oil keeps your business moving? Farmers and fleet managers, they know. Construction crews and car mechanics, they know. And you know. Valvoline, the original engine oil.
If World Whisky Day has you inspired to level up your whisky game, Hairy Dog is the better way to buy alcohol. Online, in your own time. Right now, save up to 40% on over 500 whiskies from all around the world at hairydog.com.au. Plus, delivery the very next day for metro areas with free shipping and 10% off your first order. From select single malts to balanced blends. Explore a wide range of rare drops from home at Hairy Dog. Order online at hairydog.com.au. Drink responsibly, Afterpay and ZipPay available.
As part of Victoria's big build, we're building North East Link. The project's new tunnels, as well as extra lanes on the Eastern Freeway, will make travelling around Melbourne and to the airport quicker and safer. It's the missing link in Melbourne's freeway network. As we bring the pieces together, there will be one lane closed in both directions on Bulleen Road and lanes closed on Thompsons Road at times in May. Find out if you're affected at bigbuild.vic.gov.au. Authorised by the Victorian Government, Melbourne.
Hello. Frank Walker from National Tiles. Check out National Tiles' all-new Italian and Spanish floor tiles on our website now. Your new home or renovation will look absolutely stunning in any one of the 25 all-new European floor tiles. Currently available for immediate delivery, but you'll have to be quick. These all-new stunning European floor tiles are walking out the door. So rush to order online or in-store at National Tiles now.
You're listening to the 2022 Premiership season on AFL Nation for Beaumont Tiles. Hybrid flooring in store now.
And that score up in Brisbane, at UTAS Stadium, 117 to 112. That 112 by Brisbane, according to Sir Swamp, the statistician to the Stars, saying it's the highest score in a loss since 2018, Paul Hasleby. And that's a big win by Hawthorn, and just goes to show Brisbane aren't the fallible team that everyone thought they might be.
Well, it goes to show what also a new coach can do at a club. He's brought something new and he's changed things up from a personnel point of view. Newcomb and a few other youngsters going into some prominent midfield roles. Mitchell back in there today was sensational as well, and they've really responded. They've had a good season, they've been competitive and have come close to an extra 1 or 2 wins, so good signs for Sam Mitchell. But for the Fremantle Dockers in this second half, they need to make a decision about how they want to move the ball. They want to play their normal way, then do it, but have a crack at it and go quicker, because they're dominating possession but they're not translating that into inside 50s. They've been stifled through the middle of the ground, where Collingwood are playing more of a get the ball, kick it long, get it forward inside your forward 50 as quick as possible, and their disposal efficiency is very low. Collingwood 56% compared to 62, but they look more dangerous and they have more inside 50s, +3 in that first half, so it's working for them. It looks like the conditions are going to improve from this point on. I'd be surprised if we get much more rain coming through, so it's going to dry up, and Fremantle need to make a decision on what style of footy they're going to play.
AFL match review charges have been laid. Buku Kamas from the Western Bulldogs has been charged with striking Jai Farah of Gold Coast. He can accept a $2,000 with an early plea. Mason Redmond Essendon charged with striking Dion Prestia. He can take a 1-match suspension with the early plea. And the other incident, which I'm stunned it was even thought about, Karen Thomas and Ed Langdon was deemed nothing more than a strong, fierce tackle. No further action was taken.
Shouldn't have been a free kick at all.
I don't understand what he did wrong.
It's been a strange round for the dangerous tackle. There's been 3 or 4 that have paid wrongly. If we continue down that path, we may never come back.
Well, Hazelby is our expert for the second half of Shaw Unify. Unify your team. So a bit to do for Fremantle. Well, I just want to have a look at the radar, Paul, which is the Bureau of Meteorology.
I've called it that it's going to clear, but you're going to overrule me, aren't you?
Well, I'm not going to overrule you. I just didn't have the radar up. But anyway, we're underway for Tyre Power, tyre safety experts, week in, week out. Beautiful morning this morning here in Perth. There's a note going nowhere. We are going to get a few showers, but nothing that will change the dynamics of this game, Paul, so you're probably spot on. Tapped down by Darcy, but it's been stolen by Adams for the Pies. End over end ball. Pearce, Myercheck just gathered it back through his arms. It was flicked up by Chris, but stolen by Mundy, who got it to Akers and then kicked it long to the boundary line. Walters got pushed out of it, coming forward by Maynard, and that's a very, very good mark. That's a fantastic mark taken by Moore, Darcy Moore at left half back.
He's been good, had the measure of Matt Tabernar so far in this game, back from injury.
It's the half forward. Arriving late was Darcy. Hand pass Adams. Hand pass was knocked away. Swatted forward by Chris. Makes 25 metres. Elliott only knows one way. That was front on, chest on. Hand pass loose. It's a turnover here by Fremantle. Side bottom taps it to Ginnivan. Will flick back. Back to side bottom. Quick kick around the corner. Shallow kick. Didn't quite strike it well enough. And Brayshaw chipped in and took the mark 25 out from his defensive goal.
They're happy to do this, chip it around, short kick, but normally they would get that go. They hit the 45. They just have no fluency today.
Collingwood might have coached this very nicely. That's a big mark, and he's done well, Darcy Cameron, since really having to do all the rucking. Mychick's come in just to provide another body when he needs to have a break, but just repeating the news, Mason Cox has a finger injury. He's been subbed out of the game. Not a great kick, though. Going to kick it straight down the throat of his opposition ruckman. Picked up by Young. Little hack forward by Brayshaw. Toe poke out of the corner by Lipinski. Taken by Schultz at half back. Cox has been good. He hasn't done a lot wrong. And pass Akers. Slices it down the line. Here's your man Taberner, and more punches it over the line and out of play right on the interchange wing. For Mate, Australia's most satisfied NBN customers. 5333 to 2416. Mate Internet Mobile, award-winning Aussie service. Mobile plans from $20. The umpires have been good. Good throw in. Adams. Pendlebury. Crisp with the left to Elliott through the hands. He read it better, Elliott. Logue got both hands to it, but couldn't pull in the mark. Probably a slightly slippery ball. Eventually the ball goes over the line and out of play. We'll have a throw in. And thrown in on the 25. I reckon it went out about 5 metres further down the ground, but not according to the boundary umpire. We'll have a throw it in, give them a wrap, and they'll let you down every time. 17 points the margin.
Adam started this third quarter on fire. 3 quick disposals, all clearances.
He's running hot for Ream. We'll keep an eye on him, of course. Loose ball. Oh, they had a little bit of a look there, Ryan, and also side bottom, more so the Pie veteran. Looked up and the bigger body was coming the other way. Murphy, you've liked his game. It's a hand pass to side bottom. He got involved on this occasion. Back to Nick Dacos, back to side bottom, back to Nick Dacos by hand, under a bit of pressure with the left, inside 50, 3-on-1. Elliott was the one. Loose ball to Goey, under pressure. Got it, lost it, ball stolen from him, taken by Aish, gets it to Darcy, he's pushed down by Goey. Frederick, that's almost a mark on the wing. Switkowski went past without the footy, then they dived in on top of him, far side of the ground. How does the umpire see that? I think he'll toss it up if he can. 33 plays 16, no added addition to the score. Mate Internet and Mobile, most satisfied NBN customers. Throw in. Frederick, Brayshaw. That's a dumping tackle by Adams. As you say, he has been dynamic. He's tackled by Frederick. Umpire's letting this ball just ping around. Brayshaw got involved. Aish got involved. Little hat forward. Overrunning it was Lobb. Howe. DeGoey got involved. And Maynard with the left. It's a wide kick. Courage showed by both players. Young just was a yard slower to the footy. And Lipinski's taken the mark. Can come out wide if he wants. To Josh Dacos. Made about 15 metres. He's 55 out, too far out to score. Fremantle getting numbers back. Ryan is back. Glogue is back. Darcy's back. There's the kick. Top of the square will be the target. Good mark. Hoskin Elliott certainly wasn't the biggest man in the pack. And he's taken the mark. He was amongst some very big bodies down there, including Darcy and Darcy Cameron and Ryan and Logue and Cox and also Pearce. And he was the smallest man and took the grab.
Oh, Longmuir would be fuming with that. He had all his big guys back. Cox was there. Darcy was there. They all looked at each other.
Get in front. He got the goal. That's not what Freo fans wanted, but it's exactly what the Pies wanted. They're running hot. They are, and that's another one. It's out to a very handy 23-point lead. Hoskin Elliott kicks his second, 6-3 to 2-4, 39 plays 16 for Mate, Australia's most satisfied NBN customers. And that, my friends, could be a Bendix Breaks big moment. Confident stopping, Bendix Breaks.
And it's getting hard too. You think Collingwood will continue to score throughout this game. So Fremantle looking at getting at least 5, 6, maybe 7 games to win. And they've only got 2 so far in this contest. They're just winning field position, aren't they? They're cleaner around the stoppages and they're not mucking around with it. They're going deep. into their forward 50. Not pretty, but getting the results.
It's a very, very handy 23-point buffer, and the little murmur around Optus Stadium. They're unhappy. It's always going to be a danger game. They're going to go forward again, the Pies. Adams is the kicker. Out comes Henry, got whacked around the chops, didn't get a free kick. He dived on the footy, and the umpire will ball up between centre-half forward, the front of the square, and the 50. 6 gone, third quarter. Back forward. Top of the square. Chapman just gets a hand pass away. Cox around the corner. Noble, good spoil by Schultz, close to the boundary line. Dacos sees it over and will have a throw in at left half forward. So there's Dacos high five. John Noble gets involved in the action. And we'll have a throw in. So there's a bit of pep in the step too of the Pies. Don't worry about that. AFL Nation, hope you're enjoying the action. We're doing it for Sports Power, your local footy experts. Throw in. Aish left it behind. Then he dived on it. Adams dived on him. Umpire being patient says I'll ball it up. It's at left half forward, true for the Pies. 61 tackles Collingwood, 44 Fremantle. Ball up clearances, 8 to Collingwood, 6 to Fremantle. There's some safety still shed stats. Hand pass to Goey. Brown. Adams allowed to make some ground with the left. It's an end over end kick too. Inside 50. Logue punches it away. The ball goes over the line and out of play. 35 out Collingwood's end of the ground.
Hard to see where the spark's going to come from for Fremantle, because most of their good players around the ball have had good games. Brayshaw's getting busy after being on the bench for a long time. He's up to 15 disposals. But they need somebody in that forward line to stand up. Is it a Frederick, a Schultz, Michael Walters type?
Your man has taken a breather, a well-deserved breather. It's been some heck of a 7 minutes by Taylor Adams. He sat down on the bench. And coming up for Spitwater, rugged reliability, is Scott Pendlebury. Banfield has it now, just backward to the centre circle.
This is where Collingwood have been brilliant. They come back into the corridor, they set up, they just shift across. Fremantle maintain possession. That's why they're winning the disposal count clearly.
It's almost what Fremantle do to the opposition when they try to get out of their back half. That shifting defence, showing a lot of it, and they've come real wide, taken by Ryan to Clark. Can kick a long ball, does, inside 50, lobs coming out, goes at it, taken by Aish, hand pass good, round the corner, Brodie, goal. That could be a lifter. Paul Hazelby's player of the day for Whirlpool Kitchen and Laundry Appliances has kicked a snap goal, almost out of nothing, just his second in the purple. And Fremantle, fair to say, they needed that. That's their third, their first since the first quarter. 6-3 to 3-4. Line plays 22, 17 points Collingwood for Mate, Australia's most satisfied NBN customers.
Well, it's almost the first time we've seen the Fremantle Dockers go from the back half by their ball movement, just kicking it sideways. They took their time to get there, but in the end, the final kick gave them an opportunity one-on-one, and there was some good crumbing there from Aish, who was able to get that handball across to Brodie. A clever finish. Laborious, but they get a score. And a bit of spark around Optus Stadium from the fans.
Bit of brilliance too, wasn't it? That's a goal of the game contender for Host Plus. That's a plus in these conditions. Just repeating, earlier today, GWS by 52 over West Coast, and Hawthorn won by 3 points over Brisbane. Brown was almost pinged for holding the ball. All of a sudden you can feel the crowd starting to get involved, and that seems to have permeated through the Fremantle team. Noble over the top. Going to ground, Schultz on the boundary line. Little deft little kick back by Taberner, but taken by Howe. Quick kick, lucky kick. Cameron just has to hand pass it. He does. Look away, hand pass will come. It'll come to DeGoey, who got it from Pendlebury. Lace out, McCreary. Oh, Henry, front on, no contact, no free. Coming the other way is Logue. Hand pass was hot. Pearce, hand pass also hot. Hand pass again. Gee, they got away with that. There was 3 hand passes in the row over their head, and they got away with it. They've done well in the end. Taken by Clark. Out of the congestion, Noble should mark it. He does. Half forward, he can go short to Dacos. They have it, still too far out to score. That's 80. Right on the boundary line, plays on quickly. Akers looks tired. There's the kick. Top of the square, got it! Henry has marked. Almost uncontested. Fremantle defenders caught flat-footed, and Henry will kick for goal 20 metres out. He'll kick around the body with the right. Been a bit of a goal kicker. a goal a game in his career. He kicked 8 goals this year. Round the corner, it's a goal. So they get the responding goal. 11 gone. 7-3-45 to 3-4-22. Good stuff by the Pies. Henry with his first for Mate, Australia's most satisfied NBN customers. My expert alongside me for AFL Nation and Sports Power is for sure Unify. That's Paul Hazelby. Unify your team.
I think he's a good player, Oliver Henry. I was surprised that he was left out this week. Came in as the sub with Mason Cox going out. But it was the same as 5 minutes ago, wasn't it, from a Fremantle perspective? Long ball in, had all the defenders back, and a small forward taking the mark. It was Hayden Young who just lost contact on Oliver Henry, and that's what he can do. He's quite crafty as a leading player, can take those contested marks, but also well attuned at ground level. They've got another good one there, I think. Collingwood gets his first goal for the game, but that just gets back that goal too from Fremantle and takes the sting out of this contest once again.
Back down to that equal biggest lead in the game, and it could be extended. De Goey, intelligent little deft touch over the top to Lipinski. He's got a man in the pocket. Hand pass over the top. There is Henry. Hand pass back about 25. Taken by side bottom into the pocket. Myercheck. No, it's Oscar Elliott, should I say. Didn't take the mark. It was good defence by Fremantle, and that's a good kick by Mundy around the corner, and the mark's been taken by Chapman.
He's been good, David Mundy. As I mentioned, quiet the last 2 weeks. But big today.
Plays on, far side, Chapman. Big fly, big mark of the year contender. Guess who? Jeremy, how does he do it? Plays on, kick wasn't great. Still coming down, back to Howe. Doesn't get paid the mark, a lack of distance on this occasion. Then kicks it long, inside 50. Hoskin Elliott up, he doesn't mark it. Chapman to Banfield. Back feeds it to Mundy, down the line. Good kick, taken by Taberner.
How about that? He does it every single week, doesn't he, Howe? It's remarkable. I don't think the game's ever seen a player like him as he's turned this one over, Matty Taberner.
Taberner's kicked it straight to the man on the mark, and Myercheck has ended up with the footy 50 metres out. I think it might have been Howe on the mark. There's the kick, and Lipinski. I'll wait to see a replay. 1 of the mark and 2 of the intercept. So Taberner took an uncontested mark far side, kicked it straight into the man on the mark, and everyone had run forward, so Collingwood just had numbers in the right spot. And Patrick Lipinski is lining up for a goal with his 16th disposal for the game. And this could all of a sudden be a bridge too far for Fremantle.
That's an Amy clanger, and there's no good to come of it just yet for Matt Taberner. He needs to show something in this contest.
Lipinski from 50 metres out, got close to the man on the mark. Hooked it out of bounds on the full. 7-3-3-4, 45 as we take a look at the replay. Howe sat on Taberner, grasped it all the way to the ground, and not of approval from Craig McRae as we take a look at the replay for car sales. Sell your car the hassle freeway with car sales instant offer.
Anybody else in the AFL, that would be their poster.
Has he ever won mark of the year?
Oh, yeah.
Has he?
A few times.
I remember he sat there and he didn't win it, and he sat there with his
greatest we've ever seen in the history of the game.
I think he's had more nominations than anybody, but whether he's actually claimed the mark of the year, I'm not too sure. We'll find out before much
He would probably have 15 better than that. But for everybody else, that would be the absolute one you put on your wall.
Throw in at half on the wing, should I say. Crispin Mundy. And the veteran runs the ball over the line and out of play. We'll have a secondary throw in. 7-3-45 to 3-4-22. What a mark, Jeremy Howe. That is massive. That is a big, big mark, and that is a Bendix Breaks big moment of confidence stopping Bendix Breaks.
Mundy up to 24 disposals with Will Brodie. 19 to crisp.
Safety steal, sheds, stats. Here is Mundy. Deft touch. Jeremy Howe, mark of the year, 2012. Good on your heat up. Nice stat. He's only won it once. I'll tell you what, he's had more nominations than anyone. Hand pass back in. There is Brodie. Did well. Took the tackle, but it's good enough to get it to Schultz. Crowd up and about. Going back, Quainer. Going back, Frederick. Doesn't mark it. Who's there? Hand pass under pressure. Murphy. Well done, Noble. Arches the back. Then kicks down the line. And he had 2 men, but he missed both of them who were left sprawled on Optus Stadium in Ginnivan and also Josh Dacos. And eventually the ball has gone over the line and out of play. We'll have a throw in right half forward. Dockers end of the ground. They trail by 23.
Poor option from Schultz. He had the bigger player there in Matty Taberner. Went to Frederick with the long ball.
Hacked forward, Sarong, top of the square. Tabiner, he goes to ground. They crash the pack. Frederick ushers it forward. Banfield's hand pass was hot. Coming back the other way. Good tackle, Pendlebury, going nowhere. 25 out. Fremantle's end of the ground. They trail by 23. We've gone 16 for Mate. Internet and Mobile. Akers, funny. Brody, kick around the corner. Didn't really strike it at all well. Probably could have almost straightened up. Through for a minor score. 7-3 to 3-5. Back to 22 points the margin. Noble goes short. Collingwood want to get the ball moving. Oh, Nick Dacos has kicked it straight into the man on the mark. And he can plead all he likes. It was just a bad kick, and he kicked it into a small man standing on the mark. It's a skill error. Tried to be cute, and he kicked it straight into Lockie Schultz. So throw in 30 metres around. Dockers all of a sudden starting to work their way back into this contest. Darcy Cameron's been good in the ruck. Collier ran into his own teammate, going nowhere. That's a tough call. We're going to have a ball up 40 out. Dockers end of the ground. Jeremy Howe, he'll be mark of the round. There's no doubt about that. Don't underestimate how good it was, because it's not exactly a dry day. Sat on Matt Tabiner. Chain of possessions for Collingwood, but they've turned it over. Noble's kick was poor, and this mark's been taken by Young. No one stands the mark, so Young with the long raking left inside 50. Darcy Cameron getting back. And Rory Lobb, I'm not exactly sure why he's gesticulating. He had plenty of time to get into a better position. Just got outmanoeuvred by Cameron. Goes short to Noble.
Haven't been sighted, have they? The two forwards for Fremantle, Lobb and Tabiner.
Travel the distance. Dacos got it back from Noble. They look unsure of themselves, but they got away with it. There's the kick long down the wing, getting across Ryan under pressure. Myercheck, and there's a whistle. Yep, I agree. Shepherding, Myercheck free kick. Pearson, Ryan certainly kept Myercheck away from the footy. That's a free kick.
Brayshaw stuck on the bench once again.
Oh.
Game's been played on that side.
Yep, Maynard trying to get into the game. That's well done. Cox hasn't done a lot wrong today. He's been okay. He's almost played like it's a dry game. For a big man, been a couple of times where he's been in that group of talls that have been sort of left flat-footed, but in the one-on-one stuff, he's been pretty good. Wide kick, more flies. Hand pass back towards Sarong. Gets it back from Ryan. Back feeds a hand pass. Back to Collier. He should take the boundary line option. No, he comes in board. Dangerous, but might get away with it. Pearce just got a hand pass away. Collingwood fans wanted holding the ball. Good, well done by Brody. Kicks long down the line. Getting back with the flight. No mark taken. Ball spills. Hand pass by Lobb. Going to ground. Free kick. Walters being held by Quainer. Fremantle fans have got short memories. They had 14 free kicks in the first quarter. Now they reckon they're getting the raw prawn. Short, good kick. Well done, Walters. Lowered the eyes. Everyone thought he was going to go long. And Lockie Schultz has marked 45 out, about 15, 20 metres in from the boundary line. He's lining up for a goal, suited by the right, being in the left forward pocket with the right footer.
He played that so well, Michael Walters. He just waited until everybody relaxed and they thought, yep, I'm going to go for the shot. And then a little gap appeared, and that's where Lockie Schultz is so smart. With his leading patterns, he needs to kick this for Fremantle. 12 goals for the year, Lockie Schultz. Is this 13? Much needed. He's gone narrow. 3-6-24 to 7-3-45. Justin Longmuir can just look on and ponder. Almost entered into time on, thanks to Makita. Rule the outdoors with Makita. Mate, Australia's most satisfied NBN customers. Score is 45-24, 21 points to margin. Punched down by Lobb. All of a sudden you do feel, though, Fremantle get the next one. They're going to like their chances in the run home, I reckon. There's the Mundy kick. Getting back under pressure. Murphy was there. Look away. Well done. Taken here around the corner. There's a kick around the corner by Henry, I think it was. Oh, and taken high. Ginnivan is going to get a free. He's smart. He's clever. He knows when to do that. Clever. He saw the raised arm from Cox and almost went straight for it. They will get it tuned to it over time, the umpires and also the other players. But when you're young, you can get away with it.
He doesn't duck. He just runs into it. There's the kick. Big fly. Brown should have almost been pinged. Young and Brown, and eventually the ball goes over the line out of play. Collingwood's end of the ground, 65 metres out from goal, 7-3-45 to 3-6-24. Sports Power, your local footy experts. Winners today, GWS by 52 and Hawthorn by 5 in the end over Brisbane in a massive upset. in a high-scoring contest. Front spot, Brown over lob. Elliott was tackled without it. Hacked forward, Dacos. Little toe poke. Just travels the required distance. Young was allowed to mark it and play on to Frederick. They back him off. Not sure about the reason for the kick by Frederick. He's done well in then because he needs to be next in the chain, I reckon. So he's gone wide to Travis Collier, who on social media announced he and his wife are about to expect their first child, which is great news.
That's where Collingwood have done such a good job today. There was a turnover mark there from Hayden Young. Goes straight away, gets the first kick, and then they just make them wait, hold up, and pushed it wide.
Ali Banfield's kick into the pocket. Walters got it from Darcy. The underground hand pass was trapped here by Collingwood. Murphy and Crisp short, and they're out here. Lipinski, 35 out from his defensive goal. Still plenty of time left for goals from either side. Showing a bit of the ball, too much of the ball. Oh, Chris just got away with it. He's lucky the opponent was only small in Aish because he tapped it up, showed a lot of the footy, did well on the back of a pretty dangerous kick. Chris will come wide. Noble will mark just inside the boundary line. Jordan De Goey trying to get onto the ground. Josh Dacos is ignoring the arm waving, the gesticulating, and the LED board that says come off the ground. He's noticed it now and he's run straight past it. Brown, hand pass to Lipinski, they're out. McCreary, how does he go? Hand passes over the top. Wasn't a great hand pass at all. Fremantle are going to get out through Chapman, getting back. Walters read it best, did well. He's got Frederick. Oh, the kick was smothered by Moore. Frederick was on his own by 25 metres, and if it had gone over the top, it was out and a goal. But well done by Moore. Put that down to a New Farm crucial moment. Australian through and through. Darcy Moore. How good was that?
He had Brayshaw on the inside too. Could have handballed to him sideways and then would have gone easily over the top. By that time, Frederick would have been on the goal line. It is crucial.
Darcy Moore, he's been one of the best today, and it's those moments in games that make a heck of a difference. As Tapiner comes off and Schultz comes on, and the throw in far side of the ground. 80 metres out, Collingwood's end of the ground. Tap down Darcy. Stolen here, should I say, grabbed by Brayshaw. Walters was taken high, and it's going to be a free kick. Against side bottom for a high tackle. Just backward of left centre wing, still time. 7:3:45 to 3:6:24. Short to Collier. Plays on to Walters. Don't overuse the footy. Back to Collier. Just gets the kick away. Half forward. Punched away from Switkowski. Banfield. Ball knocked to ground. Taken out here. Holding the ball, the umpire said. I'm not so sure it was. I think it was knocked out of his possession. And in the end, it doesn't really matter. It's coming back to Howe for a steadier. 7:3:45 for Mate, Australia's most satisfied NBN customers. Fremantle 3-6-24, 21 points, and we've gone 24 in the third quarter. Howe, good pressure on the mark from Banfield. Wide kick, Lipinski. Players got nudged under the footy. Lipinski, boundary line, far side, over, and we'll have a throw in. Tim Gossage, Paul Hasleby for Sports Power, your local footy experts. Hope you're enjoying the action. Final game of Sir Doug Nicholls' round.
Tackling's been elite by Collingwood today, 67 to 46, plus 21 there. 7 in tackles inside their forward 50 to 4 from Fremantle.
Keep an eye on that one for our tackler of the day. Side bottom, the hand pass was good. De Goey busted it through, hacked forward. Heading across there was Pearce in front of Elliott. Pearce did really well. Then he went the fend off. Then he got tackled without the footy. No! Wow! Not sure he had clean possession. Paul Hasleby. Let's take a look at the replay. Oh, he got the fend off, but he never really gathered the footy. He almost tried to fend off and gather the footy at the same time. In the end, they're not going to get it back. So De Goey's going to line up for goal. 45 metres out from goal.
Well, we're stuck in between with this rule, aren't we? I think they were going to really shut down on it, but they haven't done that this year, and that's why we have that inconsistency.
Didn't quite strike it that well. De Goey. It's going to go short. Through for a minor score. He slapped the ball. Mate, Australia's most satisfied NBN customers. 46 plays 24, 22 points to margin. Can't be long to go in the quarter for Mate. Australia's most satisfied NBN customers. Internet and mobile, award-winning Aussie service. The mobile plans you can get for just $20. Switkowski's gone out of the game quietly here. There's Akers. He too started strongly. That's a throw. Every day of the week, the umpire was caught on the wrong side over the line and out of play. We're inside the final minute of the term.
Inside 50s now, 41 to Collingwood, 30 to Fremantle.
2-1 in this term in favour of Collingwood. Those stats are for safety, steel, sheds. Pendlebury stands the boundary line. I'm not sure he'll come on for Spitwater. Same rugged reliability, brand new look. Pendlebury calling out to Crisp to let him know he's hot. And Sarong was on his tail, and eventually the ball goes over the line and out of play. 7-4, 3-6, 22 points. Winners today, Hawthorn over Brisbane in Tassie. And GWS under Mark McVeigh with a big win over West Coast by 52. West Coast score was their second biggest of the year, but still not enough to avoid a 9-goal defeat. There's a hold, and it's going to go to Darcy. Sean Darcy gets it on long, inside 50. Moore is there. Myercheck, man behind the ball. Hacked forward by Hoskin Elliott. Oh, big back. Oh, back with the flight was Darcy. Didn't mark it. Little toe poke. Coming up, Henry. Back to Elliott. Back feeds to Ginnivan. Look out. He has to kick it long. Someone has to mark it for Collingwood because the siren is imminent. But Young getting across. Good effort. Strong mark. Possibly a goal saver. Right on the stroke of three-quarter time, Hayden Young. Kicks it out towards the interchange coach's box wing. Might be coming back. Sarong went the fend off, gone. Not pinged. Look for holding the ball for mine. No different to what Lowe did down there a moment ago. In fact, more pronounced because he actually had possession of the footy. And we'll have a throw in at left half forward. For Sports Pal, don't forget your local footy experts and made Australia's most satisfied NBN customers. Jeremy Howe looks on after taking his Mark of the Year contender. 46 plays 24. 22 points. The Pies.
4 goals last week for the Dockers. Only 3 today.
Darcy out of the contest, did well, swung it around the corner, knocked on with intelligence, over the top, not long to go, they've got to use it well here. Oh, slipping over was Maynard. Collier, should I say, Dacos, brilliant there by Maynard on this occasion. Back to Quaynor, kick around the corner is good. Brown has marked it. Have they got time? I don't think so. They're running out. They just don't want to turn it over. The siren will sound. 2 goals 1 to 1 goal 2. So a mini extension of their half-time lead. 7-4, 46 to 3-6, 24. 2 goals to Myercheck, 2 to Hoskin Elliott. Singles to Cameron, Henry and Ginnivan. And they're all singles to Fremantle, Brodie, Lobb and Switkowski. AFL Nation, the Pies by 22.
That quarter on AFL Nation was for Mate Internet and Mobile, Australia's most satisfied NBN customers. Internet from $59.
Sustained performance in footy is more than just one great game. It's about playing consistently, game after game, season after season. Host Plus delivers strong performance over the long term, with top returns over 20 years. A top-performing super fund over the long term, that's a plus.
Super Ratings SR50 Balanced Index, December 2021. General advice only. Consider the relevant Host Plus PDS at TMD at hostplus.com.au before deciding if Host Plus is appropriate for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Search, compare Host Plus today.
You'll never miss a moment with all of your favourites live on KO Sports. Every match of the NRL and AFL seasons, as well as every F1 race live and ad break free during play. The NBA playoffs are also heating up, and it's the biggest season of netball ever. That's right, all the big hits, high-flying heroics and buzzer beaters, ready to watch anywhere, anytime. How good is that? New to KO? Start your free trial today.
For the hottest of hot butter you've ever seen. Cream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on.
Want the assurance of an Aussie family-sized electric water heater with a 12-year cylinder warranty?
Install a ring. Install a ring.
Then accept nothing less than Australia's best.
Star 21 offers a new approach to your enterprise mobility strategy. Imagine a solution that's more flexible, secure and future-proof, keeping your business moving during these uncertain times. Star 21 delivers tailored mobility solutions that best meet your business needs using Telstra's 5G mobile network. Call the Telstra Enterprise Partner of the Year on 1300 Star 21 to discover the difference.
Star 21. Safety Steel. Time to get real.
Tim Watson here. Can you remember as a kid painting goals on the side of your dad's shed and shooting for goals day after day? Well, they built them tough back then, just like the sheds from Safety Steel. For prefab steel kit buildings and custom designed sheds that are tough and durable, search Safety Steel. For your dream shed, search Safety Steel.
Safety Steel. Time to get real.
Get the power of safer tyres before you go on holidays. A road safety message from Tyre Power.
Having out-of-balance tyres causes uneven tread wear and an uncomfortable ride. You'll also cop excess wear on your suspension and other parts of your vehicle. If you experience severe vibration while driving, especially highway speeds, get your tyres dynamically balanced at your local Tyre Power store straight away.
Get the power of expert advice. Get the power of Australia's biggest independent. Tyre Power.
Get the power.
Hi, it's Will Davison, supercar driver and two-time Bathurst winner. We all know that IMAR are the tradies, mate, when it comes to insurance. But did you know that IMAR has cleaners covered too? Insure your cleaning business with IMAR. Receive cover for faulty workmanship, whether you clean offices, shopping centres outside of business hours or homes. Visit imar.com.au 24/7 for a free online quote or call 13-IMAR, that's 134627. Get a quote, get covered, get working.
They're the tradies, mate. That's IMAR. Cold flow. Heating and cooling.
Gas ducted heating star upgrade sale is now on at Cold Flow. That's right, get a 5-star Braemar ducted heater for the price of a 4-star and save. Call now and keep your family warm and comfortable this winter and save with Cold Flow. Hurry, sale won't last. Call 1300 880 688. That's 1300 880 688.
You're listening to the 2022 Premiership season on AFL Nation for Beaumont Tiles. Hybrid flooring in store now.
Good mark. Hoskin Elliott get in front. He got the goal. That's not what Freo fans wanted, but it's exactly what the Pies wanted. They're running hot. Lob's coming out. Goes at it. Taken by Aish. Hand pass good. Round the corner. Brody goal. That could be a lifter.
Maccas, I'm loving it moments. Order via the My Maccas app and start earning today.
Yeah, the I'm loving it moments from Macca's $6 small McChicken meal and cheeseburger on the My Macca's app. Paul Hazelby. It is a 22-point lead to Collingwood. Can you see Fremantle getting up from here?
Oh, it's going to be difficult. They need to kick 4 goals. They've only kicked 7 goals in their last 2 weeks in wet conditions. But Collingwood, full credit to them. They've been brilliant through the midfield. Their pressure and ability to shift across and deny what Fremantle normally do with ball in hand, with quick ball movement, and their tackling pressure outstanding. Look, I would play Brennan Cox forward. I think they need to try something different. It's not working with Taberner and Lobb so far in this game. I know he's been okay down back, but game on the line, top 4 even on the line right now. Big games to come for the Fremantle Dockers.
I think there's a bit of weather on the way too, Paul. Opening bounce for Tyre Power. Get 20% off. Set of 4 Vittora tyres. Fremantle have got to do it all right at the moment. They might get it out first up here. Chain of hand passes. Mundy, Clark, Darcy. Clark just got pulled down on the kick. It's coming out to half back. Pendlebury, sure of hands, gets it towards side bottom. Quick kick. With a stationary step, it's going to go out of bounds and he's going to get pinged. Yep. Damn obvious there. The intent of keeping the ball in. Crossing my mate Scott Cummings. He's not happy with that call. He's waving his arms around, carrying on. It was the correct call on that occasion, I thought. There's the kick by Brayshaw. I think they've got a couple wrong. At the back, Walters, his kick. That's out of bounds on the full. That's come off Quainer. It's gone out of bounds on the full. So Walters was having a shot. Quainer put the leg across and it bounced off his shin or boot. And now Walters gets another crack at it. He's right in the pocket. This will bring the house down if Sonny on Sir Doug Nicholls' round can do something magical. This could be the unmissable moment you're talking about. Paul Hazelby, he's done it! Host Plus, that's a plus. A new farm, crucial moment, Australian through and through. Could that be the big game lifter off the boot of the veteran Son Walters? Here's Paul Hazelby.
He's not the leader anymore, but he's a spiritual leader out there, and that should get them going. He was lucky, though, the first one. He had time and space, but Quaynor shut him down, but went off, unfortunately, to him, that it went off the leg. But Michael Walters, sharp angle, still able to use his craft and get that one to come back and ignite this crowd. They need more of that from the centre bounce. It was brilliant. But even when they took the ball away from the centre, the run-down tackling pressure from Collingwood, outstanding. There's one. They're going to need at least 3 more.
16 points to margin. Farmers Business Network. Farm Supplies online. Collingwood don't go inside their shells. Smothered kick. It was Brodie got involved. He got it to the boot of Pendlebury. Flares it wide. Switkowski towards Aish, who kicks it inside 50. Loose ball. Walters, he wanted a free. He didn't get a free. Then he took a long time to get the ball to the boot, and the kick got smothered. Now he's finger pointing at somebody else. It's always someone else's fault when Sonny's around. It's coming back to Adams. He arches the back. He'll come back inboard to now Lipinski. He's got a man out wide. That's a good kick, and the mark's been taken by Brown, who's run hard to mark it on the 50. Goes back to Adams, 75 out now. Where's Myercheck? Where's Henry? The kick now, up and under, top of the square. Akers should mark this. He won't. He'll get hands on the ball. Darcy to Aish, back feeds it now to Pearce. Holds the footy a while, loops the hand pass out to Brayshaw. Good run from behind, taken by Akers again. Up and under kick towards the wing, getting across. Good mark taken by Maynard. Too big, too strong for Walters, takes the mark.
He read that so well, picked it up very, very early, held his ground, waited to the last minute, released from Walters. He's a great defender.
Sports Power, get your local footy experts. Here's side bottom now, kicks it long, inside 50, at the back. It's off hands, through over the line and out of play. We'll have a throw in, 35 out. So Collingwood have responded by simply winning the ball in their front half now. 16 points to margin, 3 minutes 35 gone. Farmers Business Network, Farm Supplies online. FBN, Shop Crop Protection and Nutrition Products online. Throw in. Mundy overruns it, side bottom. Went in with the backside. Probably should have put his head over the footy, which he normally does. Cameron, hand pass back. Nick Dacos gets it to Quaynor. He goes wide with a hand pass back to side bottom. Head glowing in the light. There's the kick. Great kick. Elliott marks on 50. Maybe 55 out. Too far out to score. Into the pocket. And that bounces off Myercheck. Is it out? It is. And that's a stop. And that's a win for Collingwood. They'll get the throw in. Alongside the left hand behind post. They lead by 16 points last quarter.
Wasn't a great kick though, was it, from Elliott? Just had to give it some more air to give Myercheck a chance. Cut it too thin. Came in with a lot of speed. They get another chance to set up though.
Hand on the shoulder. Darcy unlucky not to get a free kick. Over the footy. Loose ball. Lipinski, top of the square. Well done. Punched over the line. I think it is. Point by Brown. He's starting to have some moments in the game. Tyler Brown as well, through for a minor score. Back out to 17-point lead. 7-5, 47 to 4-6, 30 for Farmers Business Network, Farm Supplies online.
He's had to do a bit of rucking today as well, Brown.
He's
Mason
tiny.
Cox went out.
This is the smallest ruckman I've seen. There's the kick. Wide kick. Pearce up. Getting underneath him. That's almost a tunnelling by Quaynor. And it's coming back. It's going to be a free kick to Pearce. Fremantle look a little bit more measured and prepared about what's going to happen. There's they go, the change of direction we have seen so often. Clark goes wide to Logue. Not sure. Oh, he's done the goose step. Got away with it just. McCreary, hand pass back in. But you know what? One step too many. Hand pass turnover. Elliott, hand pass back in McCreary. There's the kick. Ollie Henry running onto it and marks it. Griffin Logue won't want to see the replay of that. He went the goose step, then the hand pass sold a teammate into trouble. It was a 3-on-2, and that's brilliant by Collingwood, and Henry's going to line up for his second, the Medi sub in for Mason Cox.
They just haven't been brave, have they, with their ball movement? They had Hayden Young streaming through the middle. He wanted that footy. Instead, they took the safe option.
Response is good. Real good by the Pies. 8-5, 53, 4-6, 30. 6 gone. Sports Power, get the latest big brand footy boots in store at Sports Power now. Here's Paul Hazelby. He's the expert for sure. Unify your team.
Spoke volumes about the tackling pressure today from Collingwood. Again, the chase down. H was a bit injured in that, but forced the turnover after the goose step from the big man there for the Dockers. He can turn it over from time to time, can't he?
He did a goose step and looked like a
goose himself. Is it enough from Collingwood? You'd think it would be.
Good response around the grounds for Chemist Warehouse. Great savings every day. Earlier today, 52 points GWS over Fremantle under Spike McVeigh, taking over from Leon Cameron. And a 5-point win Hawthorn in a massive last quarter, a high-scoring game. Back in the middle, Brayshaw's hand pass, good. Clark, good. Sarongs, all the little people getting involved. Gets it back out to Clark now. Runs his full measure. Long into the pocket. Needs a mark. Punched away. Again, brilliant by Howe. That kick, not so good, I think, by Murphy. It's going to come off, though, because Ginnivan's going to gather it and go to the Goey. They're going to keep going. Hand pass over the top to Lipinski. He's going to try and arch the back and get away from Chapman, who looks a bit fatigued. Coming back to Josh Dacos. Could go to Crisp. He elected to go long. Henry up. He's marked 55 out. Your man. He won't be a Medi sub next week, Paul Hazelby.
Well, he shouldn't be. He's too good for that. Clearly there's something in the game that they don't like after a poor week last week.
55 out. The Pies trying to break a 2-game losing streak. Top of the square. Darcy getting back. Won't mark it. Clark back feeds a hand pass to Ryan. Runs out of the half back. Now kicks it long towards Taberner. Front spot, the Pies. It's coming back. Moore, a tumble punt. Top of the... Comes back to Goey. 30 out. Snap around. He snapped it so far. He just got it through. He had a little bit more time. It was a panic kick inside for Jordan de Goey. In the end, it's through for a minor score. 8-6 to 4-6. 4-goal lead. 8 gone last quarter for Farmers Business Network. Farm Supplies online. Fremantle with the ball.
That's the risk you take if you take that option. Trying to go around your body from 35. Wet ball. Could have straightened up.
Taberner up. Doesn't mark it. Cox. Hand pass down the line. That's Brennan Cox. Mason checked out with a finger injury. His night was over early doors. Replaced by Ollie Henry. And that's almost been a match-winning Medi sub move. He's kicked 2 goals and been instrumental. So all to do for Fremantle. Lost last week to the Gold Coast away. At the moment, they're home, and they're going to have to need something special. Brayshaw, that's holding the ball. Got to be. Umpire will pay advantage. It's coming back. Dacos on the end. Guess who? Henry. Brayshaw was tackled. Didn't get ball to boot. Umpire pinged him for holding, and then Josh Dacos was off to the races, and the kick was brilliant, and Henry's had the better in the last couple of moments to Brennan Cox.
It's worked out perfectly with Mason Cox going out early. They had him early just to compete in the wet, but as it's dried out, Henry comes on, and this will be number
3. It's a goal. And that, my friends, will be the sealer. They can't come back now, Freo, because they need 5 goals in about 20 minutes, and they've only kicked 4 in 3 quarters and 10. 9-6 to 4-6, dagger in the heart. And that is a crucial play for New Farm Australians through and through. And his set shot was sweet. The men on the mark for Victoria Farmers Federation, keep your head in the zone. They just put their hands up and clapped as soon as it left his boot, Paul Hazelby.
What a big last quarter. He has delivered 3 goals from the 9 disposals. Hoskin Elliott's got 2. Myercheck, he's got 2 as well. We take a look at some of the stat winners on the ground. Brody's got 30, Mundy 28, Brayshaw 23, Clark 23, all Dockers. And then you get to the Pies. Lipinski 23, Crisp with 22, Sarongs had 20, Sidebottom a good game with 19, Dacos and Darcy each with 17.
Tap down. Dacos. This could get real ugly for Fremantle if they don't show some ticker here. And there's a good mark taken by Clark. He's been called to play on off his mark. Goes wide, Mundy. Hand pass back inboard to Young. Zigs around with the left. Long kick to half forward. Banfield up. Won't mark it. Ball will spill. Switkowski arches it back. Great chase, Noble. Got it back. Great smother. Howe off the boot of Schultz. Brilliant stuff by the Pies defence. Brilliant stuff on a couple of occasions. And Murphy gets into Noble. They all get in to Howe. Brilliant stuff. Ball up 30 metres out. Fremantle's end of the ground. Lob. And your man Brown, the little ruckman. McCreary was falling over, but he just got ball to boot. Akers gets it to Brayshaw. He wants his right side. Hand pass to Chapman. Kick around the corner. Oh, again Noble got across and dived and stopped it from going into Lob's breadbasket for a mark. John Noble has had two goal-saving moments in the last 30 seconds.
Oh, it's infectious right now for the Pies. They're all doing it. The defensive effort's been amazing. Tackling, Noble, terrific. What about that smother and repeat effort there from Noble? And the third. He'll be in the meeting, front and centre from Craig McRae tomorrow morning.
Toro, you can count on it. Count on Toro to get the job done. Fremantle still trying hard. Hand pass back. Banfield, quick kick. Punched away Howe. Comes back to Chris. They're going to get out here, Collingwood. It's going to come off the boot now of Sidebottom. Spiral kick towards the wing. It eludes Henry. Oh, Fremantle players collide. They pick it up here, the Pies. Taken by Hoskin Elliott. Ginnivan, Cox. Ginnivan marks and runs in and has the audacity to have a bloody bounce, and then he kicks it 30 rows back in the second tier. Brilliant from down back, and guess who they go to? Little Johnny Noble. 10-6-4-6. It is a smashing.
He puts a smile on your face, doesn't he, Jack Ginnivan? He's taken the mark, beaten one of the best defenders in the comp in Brennan Cox, gone on with it. He celebrated with the fist pump prior to kicking that goal. We'll see plenty of that footage. And there'll be those out there that say that don't do it, but why not? He's kicked two, he's played his part, and they've won the game against the Fremantle Dockers, who were sitting inside the top four at the start of the round. It's a big scalp for the Pies. They themselves now will be believing they too can play finals footy. Fremantle work to do.
Farmers Business Network, Farm Supplies online. Tap down Cameron. Brodie's gone out of the game. Scooped it up though to Sarong. To Collier on the far wing. Pulls it back to Switkowski. He marks 55 out. Play on at all costs. Here's Mundy. Closes down. Guess who's there again? Noble. It comes back. Snap around the corner. Walters back with the flight. It's punched back towards the goal line. Take it over. He does, Quainer. But again, John Noble, his last 5 minutes, he's had a good game, but his last 5 minutes have been... It's stuff you just cut out and show any young defender. Brilliant stuff.
The whole meeting, the 1%ers are going to be about him in this last quarter from the coach in the Monday meeting. He's been exceptional. Down the wing. And we have a stop in play. Tackle, ball up on the wing.
Wow, for Sports Power, your local footy experts. Ginnivan kicks his second goal. 3 goals to Henry, 2 to Hoskin Elliott, 2 to Ginnivan, 2 to Myercheck, 1 to Cameron was the first goal of the game, and 4 individual goal kickers for Fremantle. Walters, when he kicked it, you felt like Fremantle was still in the game, and now it's gone again. Brodie, Lobb and Switkowski. Myercheck coming off, holding his ribs. That's not good. Hacked forward by Sidebottom. It's a ricochet ball. Deft touch Noble. Crisp. Sidebottom. Stolen. Coming back again. Here they go. The veterans combine. Mundy, goal. He got it from Walters. David Mundy on the end of it. Something from nothing. David Mundy's just his second goal for the year. He's 158th in his 362nd game. Good football, Fremantle, a much needed one. And Boyd will go back to the middle on the back of that goal. 5-7-37 to 10-6-66, back to 29 points.
He's a quick learner, David Mundy. He had the ball just 2 minutes ago where he should have done exactly that. Had a shot from 40, but Noble was in the vicinity, was able to shut that one down. But not this one. Classy finish. Set up by Michael Walters. David Mundy, 32 disposals and a goal. Will Brodie, 32 disposals and a goal. You'd think normally those two through the midfield having those sort of days would have been enough to deliver. Brayshaw with 25 touches as well. Clark 24. But no, the most effective team's been Collingwood.
Any chance to win it, they've got to get the next one, Fremantle. I said they were getting smashed a moment ago, but you just feel like there might still be a little flicker in the flame, although Mundy's lost possession. Nick Dacos with the left, kicks to half forward. Oh, well done by Young, but only knocked it back as far as to Lipinski, to Elliott. Hand pass wide, taken here by Brown. They want it long to Goey, the two number twos. Oh, good mark, Logue. It was a poor kick by Brown.
Always. Wait for the goose step. No, he's learnt to.
He's shelved that, you hope. Brayshaw, 25 out from his defensive goal. Paul Hazeby's our expert for Shaw. Unify your team. He's got to come up with our player of the day for Whirlpool Kitchen and Laundry Appliances. Brodie was showing the way up to half-time. We've got our toughest player. I think Johnny Noble might be getting that. He might be winning a few of the awards. The crucial moment, the player of the day, the toughest player, the tackler of the day. He might even get votes in our Whirlpool player of the day. There's the kick, top of the square, but I don't give the votes. I'm just trying to give you some help there, Paul. Ball comes out, taken by Schultz, but his kick has gone straight down the throat, and John Noble's got across.
He's invested, isn't he, John Noble?
He's up and about. He's loving it. He's pointing.
Just calm it down, boys. Follow my lead. I'm on fire.
We interviewed him on the radio during the week, up and about. Said, does he speak footy to his dad, David? He said, probably not a great time at the moment. Ball's loose, coming out, hacked forward, wide kick, missed the target. Oh, just pitches inside. I think it was Lipinski. Tackled by Schultz and with a throw in 20 metres around, although Collingwood will snap that two-game losing streak. And Fremantle, well, it'll be back-to-back losses if they can't resurrect something in the next 15 minutes of playing time. Throw in. Underground Clark. For a live ladder, Fremantle still hold fourth spot in percentage over St Kilda, and Collingwood will climb to 10th and be a game and percentage out of the top 8 at the moment. Good mark taken. Jim Moore and Murphy and Noble, they have been resolute.
They set it up early, didn't they? They took the confidence away from Fremantle forwards early on.
Play on, said the umpire. So Walters came in from the side. No mark. Pearce drops it. Diving on it, Ginnivan. Brodie. Darcy off a step. Quain, a good mark. Too strong for Switkowski. 55 out. So now they're just not even trying to work their way through. The message is simple. Get it in deep as far as possible. That's the way the kick will go. It will land 25 short. Doug, umpire said pay on. Gee, that's a tough call when you see blokes go like that. But no protest from Darcy Cameron. So ball up. Secondary ball up. Right forward pocket, 10-6, 66 to 5-7, 37. Farmers Business Network, Farm Supplies Online will have a ball up Collingwood's end of the ground. It's at the wrong end if you're a Freo fan. 29 points to margin. It was tied up at quarter time. It was a 3-goal lead at half time. At the moment, Collingwood with some brilliant defensive work from Noble and Howe and Murphy and Moore, Quainer. They have set this game up for their mids and forwards. Brown's done some good things. Adams, quick kick. And this man, Ollie Henry's kicked 3 goals. And he's going to get a free kick. He got mugged by Clark. So just repeating, Ollie Henry came into the game, I think in the second quarter, early doors. And it was, that was a soft free kick. There wasn't much in that, let me tell you.
Getting his way into the votes. The Medi sub.
4 goals in a 16-goal game. He's got to be not far away, does he not?
Absolutely. Crucial ones too. 10 disposals, 4 goals if he kicks this one. 1 tackle for Ollie Henry. And hopefully the last time we ever see him wearing the Medi sub.
He's kicked 3 goals straight. He's kicked 4 straight. And now any chance of a fight back from Freo has just been put aside, and bang, 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 the coffin has been closed and nailed. For Farmers Business Network, Farm Supplies Online, Ollie Henry, 4 of 11, coming on to replace Mason Cox. You'll read about that for a while. 11-6 to 5-7, 35 points Collingwood.
Stats are very interesting. The disposals dominated by Fremantle. Contested possessions dominated by Fremantle. Uncontested possessions dominated by Fremantle. Marks dominated by Fremantle. Marks inside 50. That's a big one in favour of Collingwood. 8-2. The hit-outs in favour by Fremantle. Plus 26. Clearances Fremantle. Clangers 2 less, the Fremantle Dockers, than Collingwood. The tackles, though, 81-57 in favour of Collingwood. The inside 50s, 55-38. So it goes to show a lot of those stats meaningless. It's all about inside 50s and making the most of them, and Collingwood have done that today.
That they have, and the ball goes over, and Ryan, just a little bit of frustration on Ginnivan, knocks the ball over the line and out of play. 4 goals to Ollie Henry. 4 straight, to be precise. To Goey. Young was there. Dacos. Brothers combined. Lipinski. Oh, he knew he had Crisp inside. Got the hand pass over the Ginnivan. Jack, what's he going to do? Something with the left. Oh, got a little cute. Was looking for Henry. It's going to come back. It was knocked down by Pearce. Back to Ginnivan. Was he taken high? He put it on the ground. That's holding the ball. Ooh, tell you what, if it wasn't high and it wasn't in the back, it had to be one of them.
There's a potential fine there, playing for that free kick. Just got to be careful with it, when to do it, when not. That wasn't the right time.
Tap down. Elliott. Here's Ginnivan again. Aish met him solidly. The umpire wants to ball it up 30 metres out directly in front. 11-6 to 5-7, 72-37. Crowd certainly thinning out. Fremantle fans catching the early train home. There were no trains here last week. There's the kick out of congestion, and Crisp kicks the goal. Jack Crisp kicks the goal. And he doesn't kick many goals because he plays off half back. But this year, he certainly kicked a very handy 6, and that's his first for the afternoon. 12-6-78. Tell you what, 41 points. It is a belting to 5-7-37. 41 points, Collingwood over Fremantle, is a clobbering at home.
Yeah, it is. And just the handball chains again, evident from Collingwood, the way that they're able to absorb pressure, know where their teammate is, get it over the top, go forward without fumbling. Still a big area of Fremantle's game they need to work on. Had improvements this year with their kicking game. But the good sides, Melbourne, Richmond in the past, they're so good at going through that corridor via handball, particularly from some of those stoppages.
Back in the middle, great tackle. Well done, Darcy. He tackled De Goey. Umpires paid advantage. Brodie to Aish, outside wing. Kicks around the corner. Walters went up far too early for the chest mark. Taken here by Quainer. Got it to Lipinski. Back to Quainer. On the up from Brown. Brown's had some moments. I've liked his game. Down the line. Push out. Free kick. Coming back. Just wasn't very subtle about it on this occasion. Meyer check and the free kick to Brennan Cox. Down the line. Lobb drops the mark.
He's gone missing, hasn't he, Rory Lobb? After the start he had.
Yep. Brayshaw feigning for free. Crisp over the footy. Well done, Brodie. Hands and knees. Sarong trying hard. Again back to Aish. Collier. Off a step, Brayshaw. Quick kick, Quainer. Doesn't mark it. It's going to be first to back. He's just got too much dash. And he kicks around. He didn't want to take the option of putting it across the goal. Oh, then there was 3 of them there. Lobb, Darcy and Aish. And Darcy went the punch. It's going to come back. They got away with it, though, because Ryan was there to mop up the mess. Big fly. Again, Walters goes far too early, trying to get separation. Quainer, not stupid, says, well, you just can do all that magical stuff. I'll just do the simple punch the ball over the line stuff. And have a throw in. 49 metres out, Fremantle's end of the ground. 78 plays 37. Paul Hazelby with all the post-game awards on the way. 25 gone last quarter. Still plenty of time in it for an extension of the lead for Collingwood, or a chance for Fremantle just to pull some percentage back. Brennan Cox. Kick around the corner. Sarong into the pocket. He can't keep it in any further. Banfield sees it over. We'll have a throw in. 25 around. 12-6-78. Justin Longview up. We'll be thinking about the post-game wrap. 5-7-37, 41 points to margin. Earlier today, a 52-point win to GWS over Fremantle, over West Coast, should I say. And the other one was a 5-point win, Hawthorn over Brisbane, around the grounds for Chemist Warehouse. And there's Henry. He's marked it at left half back.
Taken 5 marks this quarter. 3 of them contested.
Outstanding. Medi sub on for Mason Cox. 4 straight goals in a game of 17. Down the line. Darcy held his ground. He didn't think he got clean purchase. The umpire disagreed. So Darcy will go back and take the mark. So now it's just junk time. Kicked by Darcy to Collier in the middle of the ground. Get it in quick. Lob will go back. They'll crash the pack. Hand pass. Walters across the body. Misses. Goes narrow. 5-8, 12-6. 40 points is the clean margin. 26 and a half gone.
Even Rory Lobb in position A with that one. Somehow goes underneath the footy.
Farmers Business Network. Farm Supplies Online. Mark. Taken by Darcy Cameron. Goey, look out. Here comes Logue coming the other way. Free kick. Hands in the back. Free kick is going to Goey, and I think it's against Chapman. Lots of changes on the boundary line for Spitwater. Rugged reliability. Darcy Cameron sits down. I don't know if it's a myth or the stats prove it, but they seem to travel well. Collingwood, they don't travel a lot. When they do, they don't ever seem to get blown. I know they lost to Brisbane, I think, and a couple of others, but
historically they have.
Yeah, and
they enjoy it because they don't do it very often.
And they did play here. Did they play 3 games here through the COVID period? So they would, it's not foreign territory. And there's a great mark taken by De Goey. So plenty to talk about at the end of the game. Paul Hazelby will give us our player of the day for Whirlpool Kitchen and Laundry Appliances. Jordan De Goey, 55 out. Doesn't quite strike it. Top of the square stuff. Big fly. Brown was the flyer. Chapman was there. Hand pass under the congestion, and eventually they run it over the line. And a rush behind. 41 points is the margin. Cox was tackled by Meyer Check. 28 gone. 12-7. 5-8. 79-38. That's a 41-point gap to the Pies. Back on the winners list. Keeps them in touch with the 8. There's Johnny Noble. He's had one heck of a final quarter. Swept the hand pass back, even hand passed it back about 40 metres the wrong way. Oh, how's that? Just held the ball up and slid through about 3 dockers and did not get touched. Now they've ended up wide. Chris should get it from side bottom. He does. He should go short to Lipinski. He will. 75 out. Fremantle just sagging off, allowing Collingwood easy ball. Henry into the pocket. Ooh, he got some contact front on. He almost took the chest mark. He's still around Henry. Sarong's there. Still around Henry. Oh, he got taken high. Free kick. And he's lighted up for his 5th goal, Hayes.
Kick this, we give him the vote.
Give him the vote.
He gets 3 votes if he kicks this. If he doesn't, he gets 2 votes.
Wow. It's all on the kick for Ollie Henry for Whirlpool. So Oliver Henry, he's had 10 kicks, 5 marks, 2 handballs. He's kicked 4 straight. And he's looking in board like he's going to give it off. Don't be stupid, kid. Just have the shot. 40 metres out for his 5th goal and 3 votes for the best on ground, and he's kicked it across the face, and he's only going to get the 2. 12-8 to 5-8. There's the blemish. 4-1 alongside Oliver Henry's name. For Farmers Business Network, Farm Supplies Online and Sports Power, your local footy experts. We've only got seconds to play in the final quarter. And that's a wide kick, and that's going to be out. That's just a terrible, boring, lazy, sloppy Brennan Cox kick. And now it's going to Brown. Have mine, Brown.
Brown the ruckman.
That's bizarre. There's the kick. Is Ollie anywhere in the area? Getting back. Good mark.
He didn't fly.
No, he didn't fly. He's tired, fatigued.
Doesn't want the 3 votes.
No, well, you've written him off, mate. Doesn't matter unless he kicks one quickly. Is that what you're saying? Push out. Schultz has been paid the free. Down the line. Murphy punches away from Taberner. He's been outstanding, Murphy. Frederick, hand pass, little 1-2 from Brayshaw. Quick kick. Is Howe there? He is. He'll punch it away, only as far as Sarong. His Sarong hand passed it straight into Crisp. Then he dived in on it, Sarong. Then he got a hand pass out, Banfield on 50. Slung, didn't get a tackle away. Switkowski goes to ground, picking it up again, Maynard. There's Lipinski. Now it's coming back again, taken by Sarong. Up and under kick. Going to land about 30 out. Who flies? Everyone does. Murphy swats it down. Quainer's first to get back. Collingwood just have numbers across their own goal face. His options aren't great, so now Ollie Henry has to go and get it from Noble. Doesn't mark it. Got ushered underneath the footy. Coming back now, Clark. He'll go short. Brayshaw will mark on 50. The siren is going to sound very, very shortly. Margin is 42 points. 50 metres! Wow! Lucky it wasn't a game-changing 50-metre penalty because it's going to be a Brayshaw goal. He runs in and kicks the goal. His fourth for the year. Fremantle sixth for the game. 6-8-44 to 12-8-80. Margin back to 36 points. Take a look at the replay. Why was it 50? Because Maynard was on the mark.
Maynard come across.
And Henry was...
Oh, Henry. Is Henry involved?
Well, he's gone from 3 to 2 and he could get 1 if he's not careful.
And we have 3 midfielders for the Dockers with 30-plus disposals and a goal each.
So what does that mean, Paul?
It means that the forwards of Fremantle have kicked 3 goals between them.
6-goal win to Collingwood after 2 back-to-back losses. Collingwood are back on the winners list with a wonderful 6-goal win in the West.
See the barricades are shouting as all barricades show. Oh, the premierships are cakewalk for the good old Collingwood.
4 goals to Ollie Henry, 2 to Jack Ginnivan, 2 to Hoskin Elliott, 2 to Maya Check, singles to Darcy Cameron and Jack Crisp. For Fremantle, singles, Brayshaw, Brodie, Lobb, Mundy, Switkowski and Walters. Head-in-hand stuff for Justin Longmuir. 36 points the margin. 12-8-80 to 6-8-44. Paul Hazelwood.
Where's the sun? That's what he's saying, Justin Longmuir. They cannot play in the wet. They got a lesson today in wet weather footy. Collingwood didn't overpossess. They got it forward. They were harder. They were tougher. They tackled. Their contested possession numbers not great, but just away from the clearance, their handball and ability to put their teammate in a better position was far better than that of the Fremantle Dockers. And they had a good goal kicker, a spread of goal kickers, in fact. It was Myercheck that set up early. Henry finished it off. And Hoskin Elliott also with 2 goals. They just showed them how to play in these conditions, and it's a concern for Longmuir. The forward line is a concern when you don't get the ball movement that you want. The free-flowing, quick ball movement by foot that set them alight to start this season. When they don't get on their terms, they don't have somebody that can stand up at the moment. Taberner back into the team, but he was well beaten today by Darcy Moore and Jeremy Howe. Rory Lobb, disappointing after a promising start, clearly went out of the game, and they need to look at that because it's happening too often. After a positive start to his season, Rory Lobb has fallen out of the last couple of games in the wet conditions. And it wasn't overly wet today. It was wet to start, but it did dry out, and he's just down on confidence after that promising start.
It was all tied up at quarter time, 2-2-14 apiece. At half time, it was a 17-point lead to the Pies, 5-3-33 to 2-4-16. Then at three-quarter time, the margin was out to 22 points, 7-4-46 to 3-6-24. And in the end, 5 goals to 3 in the last quarter, 12-8-80 to 6-8-44. The Pies on the back of 4 goals from Oliver Henry.
Coaching masterclass, wasn't it, today, from Craig McRae? just never gave them an opportunity to move the ball the way they wanted. They just didn't have free flow at any stage throughout the game. They'd get one kick out, and then they'd be forced to go wide, slowed it down, and the defence would just shift across, and they had no answers. The Fremantle Dockers. Well played, Craig McRae.
Thanks to Lucas Garth on Twitter, who enjoyed the commentary, saying fair and frank is how he described it, Paul, which is nice to
What we are.
I think we are too. 12-8-80.
I'm frank, you're fair.
6-8-44. Last quarter went 32 minutes and 51 seconds, of course. Wow. So they've got Melbourne next week, Fremantle, and then they've got Brisbane here. So they have got a big, tough couple of weeks. And let's not forget about the Pies, because that really does keep them, that gives them a connection now to the top 8, because they wouldn't want to get too much further back. So the Pies' next few games, let's take a look. Their next game is
Carlton.
Carlton. What a bottler that will be. So Carlton, I know it's only 1 week at a time stuff. They've got Carlton, and then they have got Hawthorn at the MCG. So a couple of big ones there for the Pies. So we're not going to take a break just yet, but we do need to mention that the other winners today was GWS by 52. Mark McVeigh taking the reins at the GWS Giants. And Adam Simpson has said it is a back injury or back related to the hamstring for Luke Shuey. It is certainly not his hamstring.
Are we going to fall for that, are we?
He said it's not his hamstring, Paul. And in the other game, Hawthorn 18-9, 117 to 17-10, 112. The biggest losing score by a team since 2018. Wow, what a round of fixtures it was, and a great round. Sir Doug Nicholls round. The Collingwood players going down to their big band. That's a big band of supporters. Look at them. They're all around the ground.
They're everywhere.
They're right around. They made a lot of noise. In fact, all the Collingwood fans are right around this ground, in particular where they're going down towards the Nullarbor Plain end of the ground. And they've got footies and they've got a bit of merchandise to give out to their fans. But there are Collingwood fans, and there have always been a lot of Collingwood fans in WA, and they certainly got bang for their buck today. 12-8-80 to 6-8-44. And you like it. This is good. This always happens. There's always one player that can appreciate that it's not all about going to the one end. You know who used to do that all the time? Used to never go too far? Aaron Sandlands or Pav. They used to always give out their bits to the people as they're walking off the ground.
Didn't want to walk?
Nah, didn't want to make the effort to the far side.
Well, a big spite after, carrying the ruck duties. It's not easy to go to
Pav
that.
Carried the team for
pretty much
17 years.
So why not? Go close. And you get all the attention too, because they got all the fans over there as well.
Tell us what you really like. Yes, it was a coaching masterclass, but what was so good about what Collingwood did today? I came here excited to see what Collingwood would dish up, and I couldn't be more thrilled with what I saw.
It was a team effort. Didn't rely on the one player, and the votes are going to be interesting because it's not going to be all Collingwood players from what I saw out there. They just had too many players around the ball that used the ball better, by hand in particular, away from those stoppages, and they looked dangerous. Ginnivan looked dangerous all day. Oliver Henry popped up, Will Hoskin-Elliott, and of course Myercheck kicked the 2 goals. But they just had a better system, and down back they've always been a team that has a really good defensive unit led by Darcy Moore, and he was back to his best today. Jeremy Howe was down there. We liked Murphy, and Noble outstanding with some of his defensive acts, particularly in that second half. There was a lot to like about Collingwood, and it was built on their attack on the footy, but more so their tackling pressure. Those numbers were through the roof. And if you talk about what Essendon did last week in that game against Sydney, where they had 30 tackles for the game, if you take a look at what they did today,
80 plus, Colin.
88 tackles. That is a massive number. Wet weather is obviously helpful towards that sort of number, but 61, and you measure that against the Fremantle Dockers, who had 61. They played a different game, Freo. They wanted to maintain possession, particularly by foot. It didn't work. It didn't translate into the inside 50s, but the pressure and their ability to chase down was first class, and they played finals like footy in the way that they just were able to be cleaner and put that sort of pressure on. 60 inside 50s, a big number. Justin Longmuir has had a lot of praise this year for his defence, and they haven't been scored against too much, but 60, he won't be happy with that from a defensive point of view.
I know we're going to talk about it in our full review, and we're watching him now do a selfie, but John Noble played a really nice game, but he had 5 of the best defensive minutes you will ever see by any footballer playing in the back half.
It was remarkable, wasn't it? There was one where he had the chase down tackle, then he got up and did the smother, and then 10, 20 seconds later he got back and did a massive spoil. It will be shown for a long time, as that is the standard that they want to set the Collingwood Football Club, and he's a player that's been in and out of favour a little bit, but there's a lot to work with him. I like his performance. Quain or the other one down back, they've got the half-back positions sewn up because both of them are pretty handy with ball in hand and do that hard defensive stuff.
Yeah, it was good to watch, and I think one of his moments led to a goal at the other end, and every player in the back half all went flying down. The man with the baggy shorts, Jack Ginnivan.
He's smaller than you think, isn't he?
He's not big, and the social media is going chaos about him dropping his knees and getting free kicks. So,
another big week for him.
It is too. And the other one was a few people said that people leaning over the fence and giving him the double bird when he ran in and kicked that goal. I mean, really, we don't want to kill the spirit in the game. He's a ripper.
He brings you. He made me smile. When I'm a Fremantle sort of fan, and when he kicked that goal, I was up and about, like almost cheering for this kid because of what he's been through this year. And he brings excitement to them. And he kicked 2 goals, so he still played his part.
Yeah.
And he left 2 out there as well.
Yeah, and he wears the world's biggest shorts. Have a look at the size of his shorts, would you? They are the floppiest, baggiest trousers you'll ever want to meet. Let's get a breakaway and come back because we do have to go through all of our post-game awards and dissect this game. Stay with us over the next half hour. We'll have it all covered as we take a look at how Collingwood did it in the West. 12-8-80, beating Fremantle 6-8-44. Optus Stadium is no longer putting the fear of anything into the opposition teams that arrive in the West. We've seen it this year in particular. 12-8-80 to 6-8-44. The Pies by 36. This is AFL Nation.
That quarter on AFL Nation was for Tyre Power, your matchday favourites for tyre safety.